Your vacant thoughts peering into the soft blue light. This unfamiliar glare, it blinds me out, I'm blinded. Inspired my efforts to keep you satisfied. I seem to be losing you, it's not worth the fight. So I speak up, I scream into the void. I reach for a hand to guide me through the shape let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Strangers stand lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here. Strangers found lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here.
Yellow Dog with another shot on here's Tanner looking
I need more than a
maybe
piece,
another
my
chance
brother.
here. Reddick,
If you wanna
another
leave,
reset
my brother,
opportunity,
just know
gets
we
it
gon'
over
miss
one,
the
going
beat,
for a
my brother.
bump.
Keep my eyes on the prize
Rotations
so I
are
can
not
never see
the greatest
defeat,
for
my
Cook
brother.
and Aqua with a
Walking the
beautiful
finals,
fake
now
touch
the night
around.
and
Maybe
royalty,
able
my
to
brother.
find
I ain't
anything
playing,
to
but they
carry
see me, I'm
momentum.
done. They fed up,
Pepper!
but I ain't fed enough. Hate the game, but I'm sure you can bet it's us. Can't complain, but I'm sure you attempted, brother. Fested up everything that you
Going for an insane
Ooh,
passing
this
play.
the latest of the greats. I
Oh,
always keep the
there's
secret
a
great
play there from Samuel.
Take a seat, let's stay out the
Not
reach.
want to face
Word is
a
mine, I ain't
cosmic
claiming a
1v1
piece.
pass.
Stone is
Oh!
mine,
Kind of a threat in the air if you let him be.
Yellow Dog!
Game about how, what a god.
In this game are one of the reasons that think of it is in this one. Can always find the double tap. The angle is there, and he does with 1 second left.
Is you ready for war, brother? Is you ready for
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and K-Tool is not on the screen. What the heck? It's disappearing as I'm... Why is it not staying? And I go in the properties. It's wait, chat, can you see him right now? Out of curiosity.
I can see myself on stream. I'm just saying. So
okay, as soon as I go to the properties window, it disappears.
all right, don't touch it.
I guess it's just gonna stay there for now. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for another night of Dakota Collegiate Rocket League. You got both the Unks on the desk for the first one on the night, and as you can see, it's gonna be a fun matchup here. Legoated Trio versus Badluck Charm, a Division B matchup. It is going to be a lot of fun here. Both these teams battling to punch their ticket to LAN. And if they lose this one, their season is over. So it is everything on the line here in this matchup. So it's going to be a blast here tonight, K-Tool.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I know, got a lot of good feelings on this one. We do have back-to-back games here. Obviously, both being best of 7. I hope we go 7 tonight for both of them. I know my own team is playing in the next match. I'm hoping the best of luck for them. But yeah, I'm gonna have to. We'll see if I can, maybe get my wife to let me stay up a little past my bedtime tonight and let that happen. But tonight, first off, we are focusing on the Legoated Trio and Badluck Charm squad. And on paper, this could not be a closer game. Both teams going 3-4 in the regular season, both having exactly a 46.4 or a 46% win percentage. Like it's crazy how close they've gotten. They literally tied perfectly, and they ended up having to go to a head-to-head battle just to get seeding for these playoffs.
Yeah, no, it has. And for me, we're gonna go into some of these teams later on, but actually, Pat Down literally just said in the chat what I was just about to say. For me, this is going to be the battle of the third man in this matchup. Tyler 8G on this Legoated Trio team, he started off the season hot. I think he had the highest goal per game through, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. And since slowed down a little bit, he's still doing well. And then on the other side, it's got on Badluck Charm, it's, I believe, Huskers as the third man on that squad. Which we will, like I said, we'll get into all that later, but that's kind of what this matchup is to me, K-Tool. This is, like you said, such a close matchup. Like you said, going all the way down to a head-to-head, basically, to break these two teams up. So again, on paper, this could not be any closer between these two teams. So let's go ahead and take a peek at how we got to this point. On the screen is a small little screenshot of the playoff bracket thus far. And you do see up in Match C, Whirl, no, not me, my team, my Division B team, did take down this Legoated Trio team in a 4-0 sweep to send them down to Match F, which is where we are now. But conversely, you did see Badluck Charm defeating Only Fenix all the way in a Game 7. So again, Legoated Trio not having any momentum coming into this series, coming off of a 4-0 sweep. Your mental is probably down, whereas Badluck Charm is coming off of a tough win. So the momentum should be in their favor here in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that Badluck Charm squad. Obviously, they did go to 7. They did beat Only Fenix, my team, in a rigged Game 7. But it's fine. We know these games are always rigged, but we'll work on it on our in our own time.
Next season. Next season.
Next season, yeah. Next season we'll work on more stuff. But on God, imagine if these games were actually rigged. But regardless, we are going to be focusing on, like I said, the battle of the third man here, and that is going to be. The difference is, I will say right up that Tyler HG has allegedly been playing the game this week, and that is according to Skull. So according to him, sounds like Americans and Tyler were a little wishy-washy on the hours the last little bit, but they've been allegedly grinding. So hopefully it's going to turn out well for them if that is the case.
Yeah, it is true. Like you said, this Legoated Trio team went 3-4 on the regular season, and as K-Tool did just say, this team consists of Skull, I'm American, and Tyler 8G. And if you did not know, these 3 players is the first ever 3v3 roommate squad. We've had a couple roommates, 2 of them be on a team of 3. We've never had a full team of 3 players be living under the same roof and in the same apartment. So all 3 of these players currently living with each other, which is super fun to see. I will say, coming into the regular season, people did not believe in this team. Tyler HG was one of the biggest reaches in the entire draft. Obviously, it made sense, putting together the roommate team, but people just thought that this team was just going to be all vibes. But Tyler AG has shown out. He's close to still leading goals per game at 0.7, right behind Skull at 0.83, and I'm American not too shy either at 0.6 goals per game. So a pretty well-rounded squad after everything is all said and done on this Legoated Trio squad. I'll go ahead and toss it over to Badluck Charm now, and I'll have K-Tool cover these guys.
Yeah, Badluck Charm. They ended up taking down the Legoated Trio 3-1 in the regular season. And their captain, Scout, I'm actually not going to lie. I thought he would do a little better in terms of the stats department of getting goals because he seems to be so consistent with no mech, no aerial, just shoot. And a lot of times he does pretty dang well. But obviously himself, Huskers, and Omega pretty close on the goals. As far as stats, I mean, between the team, nothing really standing out besides not a single person has above a 30% shooting on this team, which it's hard to say if it's going to bite them or not because they did come off of a win on this Only Fenix against the Only Fenix squad. And then obviously looking at Legoated Trio, they got swept by a very, very, very good team. So who knows what happens? I'm gonna chalk it up to Tyler and Americans weren't playing the game, and maybe they are now. So I don't really know, but it'll be interesting to see where your allegiance is gonna lie on this one.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say. It really is. Did you say who you thought was gonna win already? I was trying to get people in the party.
I did not say that I think Legoated Trio is gonna win. I have already went all in on them.
Okay.
I'm doing it for the vibes. I do think it'd be a lot of fun to have the roommate trio. I know as far as the craziness and the rowdiness, getting Americans on stage would be so much fun. It is his last. What's everyone's last?
That's
season,
everybody.
He's graduated. he's graduating, and I think really cool. Obviously, he's been a part of this for a long time, going back to the old NDSU days. So I hope they can clutch it up here, but never know what's gonna happen.
How many games?
God, I hope 7.
7?
I hope it's interesting.
Okay. Well, you guys know me. I will never agree with my co-caster, so I will not be rooting for Legoated Trio in this one. I'm gonna be rooting for Badluck Charm. This team, we've had them on. I think I've had the pleasure of having them on a winners interview before, and on paper, the team honestly kind of makes sense. You got Omega Blaze and Scout, who are, who I would consider more smart players, rotational, not gonna do crazy mechanics and stuff like that. Whereas Huskers might not be the smartest, guy on the pitch, but he might be going for some mechanics and stuff like that. And I think Omega Blaze and Scout kind of fill those gaps. So I'm gonna say Badluck Charm might take this one. I'm gonna say in 6. That's gonna be my prediction here. So
all right. By the way, I am actually gonna go off of my prediction. Currently, the Legoated Trio game are in threes net right now. They're winning 1-0 with 1:45 left. If they win that game, they'll take the whole thing. If they lose it, it's gone.
Let's not forget about your track record.
A minute 30.
We're never going to let your track record down, K-Tool. I mean, you're putting your money on this Legoated Trio team. We all know what that does to a team. So,
you know what? I am currently trying to figure out how to word this. I am 0.5 out of 4 of my teams making land right now. All right,
0.5.
and my other team later tonight has a chance to move on to the bracket. So we'll see. The amount of times that I've hoped that the team would make land and they don't. Let's see if it can happen here. You go 6, I go 7. I'm hoping that we're gonna get the number happy. Ha ha ha, funny. But I honestly, I actually think it goes down to is can Omega Blaze really get good rotations? I think Huskers will do okay. But if Omega Blaze is feeling kind of off or in a slump, I think it's really gonna suffer. And then it does go with Tyler as well. Is it peak Tyler AG or is it Tyler's played 2 hours the last 2 weeks? I don't know.
Right, and I don't know. I've said this throughout Tyler AG's whole entire career. He probably hates hearing it at this point. But if Tyler plays like it's just a normal private match with the boys, this man just peaks and plays so well all the time, and then he gets nervous or something in these league matches. So again, it just depends on which one we're gonna get. And so that's why I was saying before all this started, I think this is a matchup of the third man. So Huskers versus Tyler AG. I think you know what you're gonna get with Scout and Omega. And then, especially with Skull, American could also be kind of a wild card on this team as well, I will say. So if he's doing his thing, I mean, that could go the case for any series ever, obviously. But for me, the it factors are going to be those third men on both these teams.
All right, looks like Skull Americans and Tyler, the 2-1 with 14 seconds remaining. So,
Oh boy.
We're just waiting for these boys slowly getting into the game. They want to, push it back 2 minutes, which is is what it is. Also, predictions are up right now, you guys, for just a couple more minutes. Currently, I know some of the players have gone all in. Badluck Charm. There's over 50,000 channel points on the line. I know I've gone against them. Are you putting anything on the line here, Mr. Whirly Boy?
No, I don't have any. I don't have the stream up, and I probably won't be able to get it in time. Maybe I should, considering we might not have a whole lot of streams left, right? I mean, I think I have like 500K, so I could just drop 500K on
Are you
everybody.
serious?
Yeah, I'm not a spender, bro.
500,000.
Come on, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, bro. You know what it is.
Okay. You know what you should do is you should spend that and get rid of all of Tyler's G's.
You won't agree, bro. We should have just gotten rid of that one so long ago. But we just didn't.
$50,000 for a plus Tyler G. You could get him up 10.
That is true.
8. You could make Tyler legal and make him Tyler 18G.
Oh, we can't. That's an insane comp. That is insane comp. Wow, I've never heard that one before. You heard it here from K-Tool. You can make him legal. But anyways, we are going to be jumping in to the first matchup on the night. Badluck Charm versus Legoated Trio, the number 5 and number 6 team, duking it out.
This will be a fun battle. I know for a fact that Skull loves his boost. He loves to be as aggressive as possible. And Americans loves to be a rat, go for a lot of bumps and demos. But the question is going to be, where is Tyler 8G? And that is exactly what I'm talking about. Ball going up high. Husker's not the best spot. You can see Tyler being a rat already. And Skull with the shooting. Great start off of some chaos on the goal line.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic start there from Legoated Trio. That's how they're going to need to play all night long. Just free and loose. That's what I want to see. I don't want them to see them thinking too much. And when this squad, this trio of goobers start thinking too much, I think that's going to be their downfall. If they can just have some fun with it, I think this is a vibes-heavy team. I think they're going to be in a pretty spot.
Real quick, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yep.
If there was ever a time that you wanted to put 200,000 boost, Tyler just put up 187,000 channel points on his own team.
Well, they're closed, so...
No, it's open for 3 minutes and 22 seconds. I have not closed it yet. So if you want to quickly toss 200,000 channel points down... I mean, what else you got? What else you gonna use?
Someone closed it. Someone closed it.
No.
They're closed. Let's just check.
Now they're closed.
But very unfortunate. Tyler dropping the bomb in the prediction. So a lot of boost on the line here. Obviously off to a great start right here. This might be another goal, but a nice goal line save coming out from Badluck Charm. Omega Blaze is going to take this the other way, trying to get a flick over Skull. Cannot quite get the job done.
Pop. If I've ever seen a plat pop. Husker is using a lot of boost. Gets a reset. Doesn't really do a lot with that touch here. Scout almost bumped by Omega. Scout with a backflip over one. Skull fake on one. Omega, can he read the corner? Opting to go for a bump on Tyler. Tyler does go out. Huskers with the touch. It is going to be safely to the corner here. Skull with the touch out. I actually would have maybe liked him to not touch that ball and let it bounce the corner and buy his team a little bit of time to get some resources.
Yeah, no, it would have been decent time here. Open net opportunity as Scout goes missing on the play. Skull is not reading the miss. Might be a missed opportunity there, and I think is that Scout again? No, Husker's going missing. Some nerves potentially coming out from Badluck Charm early on here. A lot of whiffs and misses. That's another one. American has a chance here to put a second goal in, and he will as he reads his own clear off that blue backboard.
One of the things I love to do is Americans in the cams.
Yeah.
All right. You love to see how animated they are. That is what I like to see. And again, a lot of it comes down to, can they get a couple games under their belt? And if so, I think honestly the energy is very contagious for this Legoated Trio squad. It
is indeed, and obviously, as everybody knows here, this is a best of 7 series, so very momentum-based series. So Legoated Trio off to a fantastic start, but even in this game, Badluck Charm could still try and battle their way back as they're trying to do so here. But Legoated Trio maintaining pretty good pressure. A little back pass coming from I'm American. He's going to give it back to the captain's Skull here. Maybe looking across the field. Can't quite find it, but Huskers puts it to the wall.
You talked about this being a battle of the third man, and so far, neither third man has broken 100 points for this team. And we'll be looking to see if they can make that happen here, as we are now just over 2 minutes left of this game. Badluck Charm really trying to get a little bit of pressure. They've had some ball possession, but haven't really had great looks on target in the last couple minutes here. Tyler probably opting to go for a little bit of demo, which he does almost get that one on Scout. Americans trying to now buy some time here. That's going to be a miss on one. Scout just throwing it downfield. And I'm still waiting for Badluck Charm to do a little more than just play Boomer Ball.
Yeah, no, they're definitely trying to find their footing still and struggling to do just that. Husker is very awkward on the back wall here. Gonna just try and take a 50. Tyler does get a better one. I'm American gonna commit, but cannot get a great touch as Badluck Charm just struggling to get it out of their own half. Finally, Huskers find some space thanks to Skull just kind of sitting on their own end. Scout might have a chance here, goes missing again. So many times now where it's just where players are going missing on the side of Badluck Charm.
Yeah, a lot of whips coming in the chat here. Scout is up very, very early. Does get a decent first touch, but Skull should toss that to the corner. Tyler should buy a little bit of time here. Can't get the mid boost. Gonna opt to cut it. Probably go for an early flick mid, which he does. Scout booming this one. Just a little bit too far for Huskers. Americans, not the best touch. That is dangerous here. Where's the third man? Huskers opts to try to catch this one, but then has to leave this one. Skull trying to push this one in. Is actually going to catch him out, and it does. Huskers, not the greatest touch, but I thought he was still going to be able to get back in time here.
Yeah, no, just gave it away and then tries to get back. Maybe if he gets some pads, could have gotten back. But
he landed and didn't hold drift, and he lost his momentum there. It was savable.
Unfortunate for sure for Badluck Charm. Not the best start from them. But Legoated Trio just bringing everything right now. Very aggressive off the start as they're going to try to keep the pressure on. American might have a chance, but Omega smartly outweights him. Gets a good settle and a demo. Now Husker is going to have some space and some boost to work with. Looking for a 50 or his counterpart Tyler AG. But what a great touch from Tyler AG. School as Omega Blaze almost puts that in his own net.
Yeah, a little dangerous for a split second, but this is a great start from this Legoated Trio squad. And honestly, it wasn't anything crazy in terms of shooting, as Tyler is still yet to break 100 points. But it's just, they're capitalizing on Badluck Charm having really awkward touches. We've seen a lot of whiffs, though. That's one thing we have to state is this is a very poor opening game one that had a lot of nerves and a lot of panic from Badluck Charm. We have seen an ungodly amount of whiffs, and I do expect them to clean that up going into games 2 and 3.
Yeah, no, but this is a great start from the Legoated Trio. They're going to win this first game in a long best-of-7 series. We'll see if Badluck Charm can maybe get one for the road here. Not quite, as the ball takes an awkward bounce. And the Legoated Trio, 1-0 on the series, a very dominant Game 1 win. If Badluck Charm can start to find some more touches and just be a little bit more consistent, I think they're going to have a better chance. But yeah, Tyler AG is still not above 100 points. Wow.
Tyler AG was one shot from Tony Snell.
Tony Snell and under 100. That would have been
very interesting.
So again, we've seen time and time again, teams being able to come back from stuff like this. And again, I think Badluck Charm, these are pretty simple mistakes that they're making. Just not hitting the ball, a lot of whiffs, misplays, just not really controlling the ball. I think if they can clean up a little bit, I think they'll have a little bit better of a chance here moving forward.
I'm sorry, Silk saying perfect sweep after game 1 goes crazy in chat. I love that.
A little early, Silk, but hey, not a bad shout. Nabs, not a bad shout at all. But we're gonna be getting into this game number 2. Do you think Badluck Charm has any chance after game 1, or is it just
not? Absolutely not. No sweep. 4-0. Perfect sweep.
Just perfect.
Honestly,
sweep.
I don't even know why we're playing these games.
No goals. That's insane.
No, honestly, no shots either. I don't even think they're gonna get boost.
That has happened before, right? Perfect sweeps. I think there's been a couple now in Dcrl history.
There not in playoffs, but there has in
regular season. Yeah. We've seen a couple of those now. Playoffs would be a crazy start, but here we are, game 2 underway. See if Legoated Trio can pick up where they left off. We're going to need to see Badluck Charm lock in a little bit and find some more of these key touches.
Yeah, after I give the whole little fake spiel about the perfect sweep, they're definitely Badluck Charm is scoring first. That's just how this is gonna work.
Dude, the
I don't know why
double
Scout's
K-tool
jumping for that
curse.
ball.
Dude,
wait for it. Wait for it.
The double K-tool curse. See, you started off with the curse, and then you come back and reverse it. You're a wizard.
Big brain. Trust me, I know how to make my predictions happen, all right?
I was going to say, you've done this enough to where you know how to play the game at this point. So we'll see. But yeah, again, Legoated Trio off to a good start here. We'll see if they can control this ball. Omega's on it, though. Good 50 by him. Is there going to be a follow-up? Huskers is on there. He's just going to rip this one. Rips it a little bit high. Tyler had no shot saving that one if it was on target. But American going to take this the other way. Can't quite get it center. Omega's a little bit awkward, but gets a great 50, sending it the other way.
I've already seen it happen twice, actually, from Scout and Omega. They keep catching themselves in just this awkward no man's land where they don't know if they want to challenge, but they're too far up to really get a good touch and hold on the ball. And a lot of it comes down to just how aggressive do they want to be. Scout has to put this one in. It's a fake on one, but Americans is there.
Ooh.
And one of them needed to pull the trigger. Sometimes you don't need to be fancy. Just shoot the ball on target. And one thing I will say is that we actually already see Tyler with a shot. So he has as many stats as he does last game so far. But still, Legoated Trio with 4 unanswered goals.
Yeah, no, Badluck Charm. I think they're looking a little bit better this one, but still nothing to show for it. So Mega Blaze is looking for a clear here. It's a little bit awkward. Scout hesitating a little bit. And, you know, you mentioned about them being in no man's land. And I kind of mentioned that they're a little bit... Oh, it has to be a goal, and it's not. Huskers can't put it on target. Skull there on 0 boost to make the save. But I mentioned the hesitancy. That's kind of what you get as a result of being what I would consider kind of a more smart player as you start thinking a little bit too much. Are we going to see a Rule 1?
Oh, they broke it!
Oh. I don't know how I feel about that one. Who broke it?
It was Americans and Huskers, I believe, but I'm not positive. I do know it was Americans, though, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know who broke that one. I'm sure Yellow Dog is smiling in his chair in the chat at that one. He loves
Scout.
breaking
Okay.
it, but either way, we'll see. Scout.
According to Pat, that was Scout. But either way.
Okay. Maybe a chance here. Skull gonna rip a shot on, but Scout able to make a save off the post. It might go the other way. Tyler AG needs to make a touch, and he does. A great 50 from him.
Yeah, Skull now. Awkward spot, drops down Americans. Tosses to one of the corner. Does get the side boost. Huskers, again, it's the extra touch. I actually would have loved to see him maybe not pass that mid, go for a solo play, go for something off the backboard, because that's something we haven't seen yet, is Legoated Trio have to make any touches off the backboard, and we might see Tyler G with the shot that was going on target. Scout had to make a great save, just trying to eke out that touch to the corner of Omega Blaze, getting a touch around 1. Americans probably will just go for a catch, maybe a low 50, which he does, again, off the backboard. Where is Skull? Has to leave this one for Tyler. Tyler, it's actually a great touch around 1, but it does stop middle. Scout now trying to drop it down to Huskers. This has to be a potential free shot, but where is Huskers lurking as the second man?
Yeah, no, it's a little bit of a interesting rotation there, I will say. This could be dangerous again. It's just Skull back, but he's been so good as that third man all series long so far, and that's just what Skull is known for, just being a very solid third man rock, being able to put away some of these shots as he kind of was missing there. Could be pressure the other way, and now it's just I'm American back. Scout looking for a flick, but a little bit off the mark. Is able to get a demo on the back check. I'm American carries it into this half here. Omega Blaze trying to take it up the wall, but gets instantly denied by the Legoated Trio pressure.
Yeah, Huskers again, his first touch failing him a little bit. Skull not able to find the double tap. Omega Blaze does get that half decent touch. Tyler actually jumping on this one. I don't mind it. Can maybe get turned into demo with Scout, but opts to leave the ball completely. Huskers now leaves this one. Scout might just shoot this one on target. Tyler is back in time. Gets a pretty solid touch to the corner. Time does keep on ticking down with a minute left in this game, and still Badluck Charm have yet to find the back of the net.
Yeah, no, that early goal is the lone goal in this series. Maybe a little bit of a fake. Fakes out I'm American, his teammate as well. Luckily, he's able to get a 50. This is a good first touch from Skull, but gets demoed. A great demo from Omega Blaze, but they go back. They are exchanging blows right now. Back and forth as this ball almost leaks into the back of the net, but the pressure is still on. Skull looking for one more. Can't find it. Now Badluck Charm going the other way.
I have to ask, if this storyline stands, do we see a timeout from Badluck Charm? Because very quickly, they're going to find themselves potentially down 2-0 in the series.
Would be crazy. 10 seconds to go. 1 goal game. Badluck Charm need one here. That's a good first touch. That's going to waste a lot of time. Huskers goes missing. It's not in, though. Tyler, can he find the angle? Not quite. It's still dangerous. It's the most Tyler AG thing I've ever seen happen. The ball is still up, though. Scout, maybe with one more chance. Goal on the backboard, looking to try and kill this ball. Fakes him out. And Legoated Trio taking game number 2.
Legoated Trio, I don't want to say looked a little skittish in the last 30 seconds, but I think it was just let's get the ball down. Let's get the ball down. I will say, though, everyone in the lobby broke 100 points. Tyler, great job. We got 4 shots now. Has yet to find a save, assist, or a goal in the series. But it has kind of been the Americans of the Skull Show. They've really done well in terms of just getting pressure. But again, Badluck Charm, their first touch has not looked great. They keep booming the ball away too often, but also their second man keeps getting caught in no man's land, and they don't know how to really support and keep pressure on the ball.
Yeah, no, that's really been the story. I think you highlighted it perfectly as you see the singular goal in this game number 2 going on repeat. I'll show it one more time. We'll go ahead and go back to the stats here, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard for Badluck Charm. I do think they cleaned up with some of their touches. I will say that, but it still just was not enough. They still have yet to find a goal. So the perfect sweep is still on the board. Looks like they're not going to be taking their timeout either, which is a very interesting play. Maybe trying to harness the inner Division A in themselves.
Americans just grabbing a good old baffle, tossing that one on cams. They are vibing right now.
You absolutely love to see it. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3. Best of 7, so first of 4 games. This could progress Legoated Trio to match point if they can take this one. They're looking for yet another early goal, which they've gotten basically in every game so far. But luckily, Badluck Charm keep it out. And we'll see if they can try and find their first goal of the series.
Scout might just look for a low 50. What she tries here, Tyler, trying to maybe follow with a 50 of his own. This does go off the corner. Dangerous that Skull and Americans are both in the corner, but Americans actually off the corner has looked pretty solid. Scout, can he find the double? Huskers, can he find the shot? No, he cannot. That was a golden opportunity thrown to the wayside, but still, Legoated Trio cannot seem to get the ball out of this defense.
Yeah, I know the pressure's on, but again, those are the chances that you cannot give up when your life is on the line like this. Huskers unfortunately missing that one. See if the pressure's still on though. It's ball spent the whole time in this orange half, but the Legoated Trio defense still holding strong for now. It's a great 50 by I'm American. I'm looking for him to control it, maybe find a good pass midfield, find Skull, but Skull sends it a little bit too far wide, and the pressure is right back in this Legoated Trio half.
That's actually a great first touch from Tyler, and then kind of sends it to the side. You can see Skull just leaves it to get the boost. And every first touch that we see from Badluck Charm just seems to be, can I get a touch on the ball, but not really in the direction that they're hoping for.
Yeah, now Huskers trying to take over here. Tyler just being an annoyance. Honestly fakes it out. He has 0 boost. He's probably just looking to try and take a 50. Omega Blaze does get the better of him. As Scout now, great first touch, looking to save his flip. It's barely off the mark. Might have had the save if he had it on the net here. Huskers great first touch, looking to control the ball. Gets a flick around 1. Cannot get it around Skull, but Omega Blaze or Scout here able to take control. But I'm loving what I'm seeing so far from this Badluck Charm team. They are controlling the ball so well and spending so much time in this blue half.
Yeah, that double commit's going to be a killer here. Scout, though, can he get a touch around 1? He does. Should have dropped right to Tyler. Tyler, not the greatest touch, but he should be able to still get a 50 out of this, which he does. Tyler's actually done so well on taking 50s tonight.
He has.
Like, this has really actually impressed me on, especially Americans and Tyler's, just buying time for their teammates to get a better clear. They are just, I don't want to say playing smarter than Legoated or than Badluck Charm, but they're just not throwing the ball away as much.
Yeah,
And
I'm
also,
telling you.
they cannot buy a goal on Badluck Charm.
They can't buy one as Skull does get a beat around 1. Scout on low boost. Omega Blaze needs an awkward touch. This is very dangerous. Can I'm American get the touchdown? He can't as Tyler trying to get it around. I'm telling you, I think Badluck Charm will get the first goal in this game. I'm calling it right now. They've been playing well. They've been keeping up the most pressure. Legoated Trio obviously had some there. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from this Badluck Charm team. They just need a shot to fall. That's really all they need in this situation. They're getting the chances. They're doing all the steps minus the last part, which is getting a quality shot on net.
They've had double the shots that the Legoated Trio have had, but still the scoreboard is the same. This one does drop down. Omega, can he find a touch? And Scout, and they still can't find a goal. Huskers not able to finish. And if you are Badluck Charm, you are getting so just livid that the ball does not seem to fall your way. Americans now tosses this one mid. Skull is up early. Shot on target. Not really too much of a threat here. And you can see the Legoated Trio are being a little more passive than they were the last couple games.
This could be an opportunity here.
No
Tyler able to get a flick around 1, but Omega Blaze plays it so well on defense. A very well timed flick there from Tyler AG, but Omega, this has been back and forth. Very good chances. It's a 1v2. Can Scout find the goal? He can't. What a save. Coming from Tyler AG. He's been playing so good in this series, keeping his team alive in this game.
Oh, this has to be a goal. And it is! Tyler AG has actually done some immaculate work getting the bumps, getting the demos, and Skull on zero boost with the shooting. Somehow, Legoated Trio finding another goal. And I cannot stress enough how ridiculous it is that Badluck Charm have not found a goal yet this game. Oh no!
Oh. Well, they have a goal now, if you think about it. It's unfortunately on their own net. But they have a goal.
Hey, that's Tyler's first game, or first goal of the game. That is crazy.
Technically, it's not a perfect sweep anymore. I'm gonna say that because Badluck Charm do indeed have a goal. Unfortunately, it is not in the net that they want. But either way, this is nightmare fuel for Badluck Charm, especially in this game alone. Getting so many good chances, ringing it off the crossbar, own goals when it matters most it is truly nightmare fuel. This is your worst. This is the worst scenario for you if you're on Badluck Charm right now.
Tyler is slowly working his way downfield, and it is nightmare fuel with 30 seconds left. Omega with the shot. That has to be a chance there. Skull with the diving save. Huskers now tosses this one to the goal. Where is the defense of this Legoated Trio squad? As Scout finally breaks the zero scoreline. Skull misses the boost. Tyler and Americans off in La La Land. And suddenly, with 30 seconds left, there's actually a chance Badluck Charm might be able to find a second one.
Could the floodgates open with that goal right there? Because they've been getting so many great chances, but they just haven't been able to find the back of the net. So maybe that's what they needed. The weight's off their shoulders now. Can they open up the throttle a little bit and get a second one here with 18 seconds to go? This could be dangerous. Scout puts a soft shot on net. Skull trying to skim that ball out of his own half. That's not the best touch. It's going to give away possession, but Omega Blaze kind of gives it right back. Luckily, Scout is in a good spot there, but a good pop from Skull. Can the Legoated Trio hang on? Ball's going to be up. Skull going to let this one die, and he will. And Legoated Trio going to be up 3-0 on match point in this must-win series.
We see Americans cracking another baffle, and looking at the shots here, 12 shots on the side of Badluck Charm, and they finally got one to fall. I will say Legoated Trio did get one goal off of an own goal, so, you know, take that kind of with a grain of salt. But the fact that Legoated Trio, it took 15 minutes of gameplay to give up one goal is kind of insane, especially with one of them just being that was the first bad and poor rotation that Legoated Trio had, and Badluck Charm did capitalize. But you cannot wait 15 minutes to get one goal.
Yeah, no, it's like I said before, it is literally nightmare fuel. It is the worst start possible for Badluck Charm. I would never wish that upon my worst enemy. I've been in situations like that. But the series is not over, ladies and gentlemen. There is still quite a bit of Rocket League that could be played if Badluck Charm can start capitalizing on these opportunities and putting balls in the back of the net. They definitely haven't played horrible, especially in that game. That should have been Badluck Charm's game. Hands down, they should have won that game if they were capitalizing on all the chances that they got.
We'll have to see what happens here in our potential last game here, as we are now looking at a possible sweep to make LAN from this Legoated Trio squad. And things are interesting. Either Legoated Trio squad makes LAN, or they get reverse swept. There is no in between.
And listen, either options would be kind of funny. Either way. So, honestly,
this is very true.
I'm here for it. I'm here for whatever outcome is going to happen here. As I'm American running disruption. That's been a key part of this Legoated Trio's offense so far. We saw it in game 1, 3, and now again. Is they're finding good chances to go for these demo plays, which are so effective in a aggressive playoff situation. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from Legoated Trio, but will Badluck Charm continue to find that aggression that they had in game 3?
Ooh, Tyler might be able to actually read this. Huskers in an awkward spot. It does drop down. Skull. He's actually been a little quiet this last game. He's playing really passive, having to make a lot of diving touches just like that. And what is... Oh. No way this goes in. Hold on. Huskers has to get back. Okay, he is back. He is back. But that's exactly what I was talking about, is Skull has to make a lot of diving touches, as he's going to have to make another one here. And you can tell he's really expecting Americans and Tyler just to go be the rats on offense. And he tries to hold it down on the defensive side. But it's not going to work, as Omega Blaze gets a second goal on the board. And again, Skull being awkward, Tyler just not sure how to handle that one.
Yeah, honestly, shout out Omega Blaze for angling his card to get that under the 50. That could have easily just been a 50 and not ended up in a goal. And then obviously shout out to Scout as well for getting that much needed demo. You know, I've noticed that in the series, he's really been, as Tyler's going for flip resets, but I've noticed Scout, a lot of the play, both defensively and offensively, funnels through him as the captain of this team. He does so much as he's piecing his way through the entire defense, and he does it once again and allows Mega Blaze to get the tap-in goal.
Yeah, we're seeing, again, Tyler now with a couple whiffs, Skull with the whiff, Americans nowhere to be found, and it's basic. I think right now, Legoated Trio, I think they won, obviously, the first 3, and they're thinking, guys, let's just win, right? And they're thinking it's coming really, really easy to them, but I can promise you they are going to be in their head the rest of this series on, can we just win one? Guys, we just need one. And unfortunately, as we all know in the Rocket League gods, it is the hardest one to win, especially with Omega Blaze dropping a hat trick in less than 2 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, no, Omega Blaze
Americans
popping
has
off.
10 points.
Americans does indeed have 10 points. But Omega Blaze with a standout game 4 so far, already with a hat trick, as K-Tool mentioned, as well as the fact, like you said, the last game is always the hardest one to win. It's just a matter of trying to just keep to your play style and keep playing how you were with what was working, and then make adjustments if needed. But so far, I feel like Legoated Trio just haven't really been playing like how they were in those first couple games. So we'll see if that can change here as Tyler AG almost finds a nice shot. I'm American looking to control, but takes a little bit too long, gets demoed in the process. Tyler AG not able to get a 50. Skull is late to that challenge. Omega Blaze looking for a skim shot. Can't quite find it. And Omega Blaze relieves the pressure.
Americans up early, and you can see now what's happening is that Legoated Trio are booming a lot off the backboard, and Badluck Charm is becoming aware. They're actually soaking up this offensive pressure and getting some boosts. They're saying, Legoated Trio, go ahead and shoot, because as far as the series goes, Skull hasn't had a ton of shots since game 1. Americans hasn't had a lot of shots. Tyler's the only one on this team that has any shots here in this game.
He almost saw another Omega Blaze goal there. Would have been his 4th there. That's a decent demo. I'm American able to get keep pressure on here. Is Tyler AG up for this ball? Yes, he is. And it's an absolute slap. Finds the right side of the net. And Legoated Trio back within 2 goals with 2 minutes left to go.
Loving to see Tyler up early, Americans. That is such a good shot from Tyler. And again, 2 minutes, plenty of time here. But I will say, Tyler needs to not be the only one with shots on this team.
Yeah, it feels like, especially Skull, like, I mean, we've talked about it already. He's such a passive player in general. He loves playing that third man role, and he's not really a chasey player. But I think Americans isn't as like aggressive as he was playing earlier in the series either, or getting those 50s and stuff. So I think that's kind of the difference I'm seeing right now. It's hard to say, but minute 30 left here, K-Tool. Can Legoated Trio get another 2? And that's another one. So back within 1. Minute and a half left. That's a great goal from Legoated Trio.
And look where it comes from. It comes from Tyler going to be annoying on the offense. He got a demo on one, trying to get it on the other, and that is what we like to see. You can tell it's Tyler and Americans going to be rats. You know, they kind of interchange between first and second man, with the other following up, and Skull kind of sits as that passive third man to follow up. I like the play style, and I think it will work well. I think they just need to calm down and kind of take a breath and remember what playstyle has worked, as this has to be a free shot. Both go up, and that's going to be off the crossbar. Skull very smartly doesn't dive in, but that could be the one that got away.
That could indeed. That's one they're going to want back. Can they get another chance here? Skull does kind of give away possession. I'm Americans on the back wall. Decent positioning there. Scout can have a shot. Rings it high. Tyler AG with another great redirect there. He's on low boost though, but gets a nice touch out. Skull might be able to follow up on this one as they're both on the ball. It's a good 50. Tyler looking for a shot, but Scout able to put a hand up and make the save. Omega Blaze awkward. Skull pops it up, but can't quite get the job done. The pressure is still on for Legoated Trio.
Tyler again trying to throw everything. Skull now should have a shot. Is that one on target? What a save! Americans is there, but he took it away from Tyler. Trying to drop this one to Tyler. Tyler's there for the shot. This has to be it. It was a golden opportunity. One of the greatest passes we've seen from Americans to Tyler, but the duo does not work well here. And with 18 seconds left, Legoated Trio should, in my opinion, have deserved to come back in this game.
Yeah, no, maybe a little bit of nerves hitting them here. I mean, again, there's like 2 very good chances that they've let go to the wayside. The clock is hitting 0 here. Scout questionably kind of puts it up high here. He's gonna put another shot on. Tyler gonna make a save. Ball is still up. Can Skull save it? Not quite. He cannot get to the ball, and Badluck Charm avoid the 4-0 sweep, but Legoated Trio, hell, they made it interesting.
I think Legoated Trio for the first half of that game, they were panic play, and then they said, wait, what if we just played the same play style? And they were dominant in that last 2 minutes. And like I said, honestly, Tyler probably should have had 2 more goals in that game. But regardless, like you mentioned, we do move on to 5. But even though Badluck Charm got the win, I think Legoated Trio will be pretty happy with that game, knowing how that last 2 minutes went.
And how about Omega Blaze? You got to give a shout out to him for that first, those first 3 goals. And as well as Scout, who kind of cleared the way. You see 2 assists on his tag. But just a great game from Omega Blaze there with the hat trick. But for me, the MVP so far, even though he kind of missed an opportunity, imagine Tyler AG slots that pass at the end, bro, it would have been like the best performance.
Dude, it was. He got a little excited, and he didn't even have to jump for it. That's the crazy thing. He could have just sat there and done nothing and just tapped it in. But regardless, sometimes you got to do a little Happy Gilmore tap it in. Sometimes you got to hit with a piss missile. And right now, Legoated Trio, I think, outplayed themselves in that first half. Obviously, Omega popped off with a hat trick in the first 2 minutes. But I think if Legoated Trio just lock in for the first 2 minutes, the goals will naturally fall. And I think Badluck Charm will panic a bit.
I like what I'm seeing. After the first 5 seconds, you see Tyler AG already running some disruption. Unfortunately, they did not have possession of the ball, so nothing resulted of it. And Legoated Trio, like you said, they just need to try and not let those 3 goals. Can't let Omega Blaze get that hat trick in the first minute and a half of the game. I think they'll be in a pretty good spot here. Skull with a great first touch, looking for a 50, almost gets it on Huskers as he makes a touch into his own corner. As Scout now trying to get this ball out of his own half. Looks like he will do just that. Skull as the last man back. Should get a touch, and he does, but it's not the best touch, but I'm American there to take over. He might be looking for a shot. Gets denied there by Badluck Charm.
Yeah, one thing I do want to see specifically with Americans and Tyler is a little more fake challenging as that first and second man, because they're just throwing themselves at Scout, and Scout, in my opinion, is the best in the entire division at getting a small flick to get it around that first person.
Yeah, it's a great chance there. I'm American looking for a shot. But like you said, I think what you said is very true. I think the Scout is picking up on the play style a little bit, and he's starting to be able to play around how Legoated Trio are approaching them with all those aggressive bumps and stuff. I do think Scout and even Omega Blaze are going to start picking that apart, but they're trying to get this ball out right now. They cannot do so, as Omega Blaze should be able to. It's going to be able to find Huskers as he hits it across. Omega Blaze almost on the receiving end of a tic-tac-toe play there from their own end. Skull locking down on defense yet again. Clears this into the blue half. He's going to have a follow-up on this ball. Huskers handles it well, though. Gets it around Tyler
That
AG
right there
as
is exactly
well.
what I mean.
That's a goal.
That's what I mean, is just the overcommit with Tyler and Americans just diving in too much when it's just a freebie, and they need to, I don't want to say calm down a little bit, but hey, Badluck Charm now. They've got another lead in this series, and the thought just starts to creep into your head a little bit.
It does indeed. They're going to want to get a goal quick here. Omega Blaze, a little bit of an awkward touch here as he touches it around Huskers as well.
No.
He needs to get in front of this ball, and he does. I'm American, and Omega pinched that across the Badluck Charm half here. Tyler AG, again, still being an annoyance. Omega in a good spot, though. I'm American is going to get the beat here. He's looking for a touch off the ceiling, basically. Can't get it, though. Now Scout in full control. Gets a great flick around one. Tyler needs a touch. He can't quite get it, but what a save and a recovery from Tyler AG. An MVP levels performance coming from him in this series.
That was an absolutely ludicrous save, and we are looking for Tyler stepping up again. Americans getting bumps on one, but look how deep third Skull and Tyler are. Americans is getting bumps on people, and that's great. When your teammates aren't anywhere near you, it doesn't really matter. And just the spacing of Legoated Trio is just not what they're looking for right now. and Legoated Trio go up another one, and it's Omega Blaze again.
And again, I got to give some kudos to Huskers there. He made a great couple touches there, getting it around one. Even that first goal that they got, it was all Huskers basically who made some great touches, great controlled touches around basically everybody on the Legoated Trio. Given if they weren't demo chasing, probably wouldn't have been an open goal, but still, you got to give credit where credit is due. Huskers playing very well here in Game 5. We'll see if he can continue. There's still 2 minutes left. This might be another open
are killing me.
goal, but yeah, again, Legoated Trio are just so aggressive right now, and it's starting to bite them.
They're throwing their body at a ball that you don't need to throw it at. Americans is another example right there. Tyler, actually, he's kind of been the best person on the team the last 2 games, to be honest. And there's been more demos and everything, but it's still, if I'm the Legoated squad, you guys gotta chill on the throwing your body at the ball.
Yeah, I know. And, you know, we talked about the playstyle, right? Of basically I'm American and Tyler AG throwing their body at the ball, Skulls at rock on defense. I think on paper it can work, but you got to have perfect spacing and perfect decision making. And when you don't, and if you're not going for those aggressive plays at the right time, that's where you start to see them fall apart and be a little bit too aggressive at times. I think that's where they're faulty. They need to pick and choose when they're being aggressive rather than just all the time.
Absolutely no boost on the side of the Legoated Trio. Little awkward rotation coming out here. Mega Blaze is going to whiff the shot here. Scout now coming in. Ball goes awkward, but again, Tyler, good touch on defense. More demos, and again, this has just been a murder rampage from both of these teams, to be honest.
It really has been. It's a good opportunity. Tyler AG clearing the way. I'm American looking for a shot, but Omega Blaze with an amazing touch. Skull is there to make it awkward. I'm American! There for the put away off a great keep in the zone by Skull. And again, Legoated Trio finding some stride here late in the game, but is it too late? You will find out shortly. 46 short seconds before Game 5's over.
They gotta wake up before the last minute of the game. You know, they did the same thing in Game 4, and now obviously as the last minute of Game 5 rolls down, do we see if Legoated Trio have a tie up here? This one might go in, and it does. And Legoated Trio Americans with the pogs in the cams, folks, just gets a fortunate 50-50 off the ceiling, and just like that, we got a tie game.
Oh man, again, Badluck Charm, they've been playing so well. They've locked in, felt like they've had a chance. They've been what I would consider the better team so far. That's so unfortunate for them. That's horrible on your mental. Now it's tied up. I'm American looking for the third goal.
Oh no.
Oh
What?
no, this is just nightmare fuel. I'm American pops it up. Who is that on the back side? I think it might have been kind of like a double cut. Omega Blaze can't find the touch.
No.
Oh man, he's gonna be beating himself up about that one. You know,
And Huskers was in a perfect spot on the backboard too if Americans went high, but just an awkward miss hit. But either way, quickly, in 15 seconds, we see 3 unanswered goals from this Legoated Trio squad. They need to hold on for 20 seconds, and they out of nowhere will somehow make land.
This is insane.
Oh,
Huskers
has to
might
get the shot,
be
though.
there. Can't quite get the shot. American gives the ball
Oh, he
away.
threw the
Scout
ball
keeps
away.
it in. Tyler puts it up high. A great
God.
touch by him once again. And Tyler AG playing out of his mind. Skull a little bit too far back. Able to get the good 50. The clock is going to hit 0. There's going to be one more chance for Badluck Charm. Scout can't quite get the beat. I think this ball is going to touch the ground, and it does. Legoated Trio steal away Game 6 and have punched their ticket to land.
Legoated Trio. It looked for a split second that they started to try to throw it, but ladies and gentlemen, the triple roommate team did the dirty work and got it here with Americans with a hat trick in this game. I still don't understand how they won that game individually. Like, what?
I'm going to say it here right now. I'm not trying to discredit them. They played a great series, especially those first 3 wins, I would say. Maybe even argue the 2. Badluck Charm deserved to win that game. And maybe even game, game 3
Game
or
5.
4 or whatever. I mean, there's 2 games there where Badluck Charm were the better team. So
Badluck Charm, the name hit a little too close to home, and the shooting department unfortunately failed them.
It did indeed. But I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to a winner's interview here. We'll see if we can get these boys in and get their thoughts on this win. And my cam is not on. I'm going to need to turn that on. There we go. I'm here. But it looks like we got almost all the boys here. We need to drag Tyler in. But we got them all
Tyler, he's
here.
the only one without perm.
Legoated trio. You guys get it done. No one thought it was possible. Listen, we all were hating at the beginning of the season. Oh, we're reaching for Tyler, this and that. Bro, Tyler AG had an insane series. Honestly, I think he was one of the MVPs, if not the MVP of this series.
He was.
The roommate.
Hands down.
The roommate team makes it. Skull, I'll toss it to you as the captain. How excited are you to be able to be on land with your two roommates?
That's pretty fired up. I mean, we said at the beginning of the year, regardless of what happens, if we make it to land, that's a win. So
Facts. So yeah, I mean,
we could get straight swept from here on out, and it's still a win.
it was a lot of fun to see. So I'll toss it over to you. I'm American. In that last game, game 5, you guys are down 0-2. You get a very great 50 up in the air. Ball squirts in. You tie it up. How about that last goal there? When a little bit unfortunate of a miss there. What's going through your guys' comms?
Well, yeah, our comms are, throughout the whole game, we got this. We've had good pressure the whole time. We kind of, especially in that game 4, we were kind of just bricking shots. And I had some really bad 50s, so we were always just prepped and ready to go. But yeah, no, on that last shot, I won't lie, I tried to go for a flip reset in my head. I was like, you know what? Screw it. The kid's hot. Let's go for it. Unfortunately, I made that decision about 20 feet away from the net, so I flip over my car. Yeah, it's unfortunate what happened with that, but yeah, no.
Or is it? I mean, you scored.
Believe me, the comms were hot after that. I don't think we're allowed to say what was said after that.
well, fair enough. K2, I'll toss it over to you.
I do have to wonder, obviously, you guys, go up 3 right away. You guys almost up to that first 3 games had almost perfect swept them. And then obviously, you drop that next game, and then, halfway through game 5, it does not look good for you guys, right? You're holding on for your dear life. Was there any change you guys tried to make after you kind of got destroyed in game 4? Or was it just, boys, use the play style and let's just hope some stuff works? And honestly, let's hope they keep bricking their shots.
I stopped playing like absolute ass. That kind of helped.
I stopped getting mogged in 50s and letting them get free shots on net. And that helped out a lot for us not getting scored on in the first minute.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you guys go and watch the VOD back, we might have been saying the same thing of a couple people in this team kept throwing themselves at the ball when they were 50 feet away with 0 boost, taking themselves out of position, and then y'all got scored on. But it didn't matter because the Rocket League gods were very clearly on your guys' side tonight.
Oh,
right.
also,
go ahead.
Hayden,
what?
You mentioned Noah's pinch into the ceiling. You're not gonna mention Tyler and I kissing in front of net to get a pinch save, which I had
went in.
I had without him. By the way, I want to say for the record, I made a very clean off the sidewall net save, and Tyler and I had a very fat, very wet, juicy French kiss in that.
Tyler, is this true? I didn't even see it.
It is true. It was tongue and all.
Okay. Well, thank you for that information. Well, I have one final question to who I would consider the MVP of this series, Tyler AG. You played out of your mind, bro. I don't know if Skull and I'm American would agree with this, but if you watch it back, there are so many times where we caught Tyler AG just making insane touches. You were playing so well tonight. How were you able to be so inconsistent, Tyler? What tonight was different from other days, and why were you so good tonight?
Played the game.
Because I'm inconsistent.
Okay, bro.
But that stops now. This is the start of Tyler's consistency. We're locking in this play style of Tyler for the rest of the season.
I think I just decided to lock in a little bit more. I think my comms are a little better too, and I really took to heart when Noah said to play faster. I think because I was getting the more balls than I normally do. I think so.
Okay. Well, like I said, you played out of your mind. I think, like I said, you're the MVP of this team tonight. And again, proved a lot of people wrong this season as you guys punch your ticket to land. So congratulations on a statement win here tonight. And we'll be seeing you boys in a couple weeks.
Wait, I have something to say.
All right.
before this is all said and done. Thank you for passing the floor to me so smoothly, world.
Of
Appreciate
course,
it.
I got
I'd
you,
just
bro.
like to say to all the Legoated Trio haters out there, I know we got 2 in the call. I know we got 2 in the call right now, both you casters. K-Tool, you had me last in your predictions for like the 8th season in a row. What's up with that, buddy? I'd just like to say to all you guys, screw you. I hope you don't come on our side at LAN. I hope you boo all of us at LAN.
Ooh.
We're not dropping a single game at LAN.
Okay.
We're not getting scored on at LAN.
Okay.
We're sweeping everything en route to keep my undefeated grand finals record in play. A clean sweep in finals in our last season. I think that's a minus 5,000 favorite result. Let's go. Appreciate it. Thanks for casting.
I want to point out real quick. Pulling up the receipts, American here. Back when I did my rankings, you said, and I quote, "I want to do my usual quote unquote. You picked my team to be bad, so fuck you. You're wrong, quote unquote. But you made the team happen, so I can't say anything."
Are we gonna go into that? Are we gonna go into that, K-Tool?
I would also like to point out, for the record, there are 2 different things that happened before this game that could be the reason why we played so well. One, Noah, we might have to have pregame battles before every single game at LAN.
I think so.
And two, K-Tool did text me and say, "You guys win, I'll buy you a round." So I mean, free drinks kind of just puts the stakes way higher than they already were. So I mean, LAN is one thing, but free drinks is a whole nother thing.
All right, well, listen, this has gone on long enough. I appreciate you boys. I'm sorry for the hate. Listen, at the end of the day, listen.
No,
at the
it's
end
okay.
No,
stay in that lane.
It
buddy.
was.
Stay
Listen,
in that lane. It's all right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you're
we're not
welcome.
forgetting.
Would you have gotten to where you got if I didn't hate? That's the question. No, this was all to
Yes.
drive you guys to success.
Wait, you were hating? You were
Yep.
hating?
Yep, I was.
Oh, I didn't even hear you. Didn't even hear you.
All right, we'll get these guys
no
out of here.
impact on us at all.
Get these guys out of
None
here.
at all.
I am disconnecting. Oh, I almost banned you. Holy cow. I would have been.
You can't disconnect me. I have perms. I will join back. You can't stop me.
Bye-bye.
No, see how easy that is?
No, stop.
See how easy that is?
Stop. We have another series tonight, brother. Get the hell out of here. Anyways, that was an interesting winners interview. It's always a blast having those 3 in here. We have another series coming up, so we're going to keep this very short. But I just got to give a kudos to Badluck Charm. Unfortunately, their season does end tonight. They played well for those last few games, and it could have went their way with a couple different things happening. So shout out to Badluck Charm for showing out here tonight. Legoated Trio punched their ticket to LAN. And man, that was a fun series, K-Tool.
It was a lot of fun. I will say, I'm really interested to see how this team does on LAN because I know Americans is going to be screaming. And I'm glad that I got my payout, which unfortunately wasn't nearly what I wanted because Tyler dropped almost 200,000 channel points. Again, shout out the fact that he has that. But bro, I was hoping to rack up some money, and now I'm gonna say, bro. But it's fine. It is what it is. I put in like 1,500, and I'm getting back 1,700. Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, Tyler, in the chat. But anyways, that will wrap up our first series on the night. Legoated Trio do win it. But next up, we got Wada Esports versus Roger in some Division C action. So we'll be going to a quick intermission. I'll get that done as soon as I can. And we'll be back for our final series on the night. So stay tuned.
I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the putting in the
Can you feel it? The fire in your soul, leaping at the chance for love. Can you feel it? Haunting your senses, letting all your feelings go. But I can feel it bursting through my veins. Your love's the only drug I know. But we've been playing the hand now we're dead, so we can light it up. I know that we can make it through the night, but I can feel the fire inside, so there won't be no fear tonight. We crossed the line, and now it's clear to see the light behind the suffering. Believe we'll finally be free. Let the silhouette cast upon your heart, turning every little moment into scars. Baby, it's our chance to make a start, so we can fly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for our final series on the night. We have some Division C action. Wada Esports versus Roger. This is a elim match, not quite at the LAN qualification stage yet, but nonetheless, it is an elim match. So wanted to catch this one when I could. So the loser of this, their season will unfortunately be done. The winner progresses to a what will be a LAN qualification match. So Div C starting to round out its final series before we hit the LAN event. So joining me on the desk, it's a little sad to say Omega unfortunately just took the fall last series. The season is unfortunately done, but still had the courage to hop on. So I appreciate you coming through, Omega.
Yeah, no problem. Always unfortunate, but I signed up for this knowing that this was very possible. One of the circumstances here, so I kind of got what I asked for.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is what it is. It is what it is. So like I said, I do appreciate you hopping on. But like I said, going back to the matchup here tonight, Wada Esports versus Roger. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. Taking a peek at some of the stats. This is the number 6 seed versus the number 9 seed. So Wada Esports, you can see them there 4-5 on the regular season at a perfect 50% on the game win card. And then Roger has had a bit of an unfortunate season so far. 2-7 on the regular season, not really leading in really any of the categories here. So that's all I'll really say here. Like I said, number 6 and number 9 seeds battling it out. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the playoff bracket so far. So you can see that Roger was actually able to take down Chopped Cheddar in Game 7. So they were able to get that win and progress to this point where they're facing off against Wada Esports, who have yet to play in playoffs. So this will be their first series of playoffs. So it'll be interesting to see who can come out on top here, Omega.
Yeah, I mean, it's always kind of interesting just seeing, the first series in playoffs, especially with so much on the line. Roger, of course, getting their win in Match B. But yeah, I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see how this one goes. We had 2 matches last night, Match F and Match C. So Match D was kind of decide who was playing there. So after tonight, we'll see who the 4 teams are that are going to be battling it out for those 2 LAN spots that are still remaining.
Yeah, it will indeed. And like we said, Bronze Baddies falling down to Match H, as you can see there. And that's a team that I thought would be insane coming in due to the fact that they have Sharkbite on that team. So again, the winner of this one will have a very good Rocket League player to go up against to make LAN. But that's enough of that. Let's get into who is on each of these teams before we hop into this one. We got Roger first at 2-7, captained by a longtime Dcrl veteran in Paco J1, rocking 0.68 goals per game, 0.44 assists per game. Nothing too crazy on the stat card for the captain here. He's joined by yet another veteran in Raptor 24, who's not having the best season, as you can see there. 0.41 goals per game, 17% shooting is quite low. It was not a great season for him so far. I know he's a busy guy, probably doesn't have too much time to play the game. And then rounding out this squad is a rookie to DCRL in Skirty, 0.68 goals per game, tying the captain. With a great shooting percentage sitting at 32%. So Skirty definitely going to be a good pickup for this Roger squad. We will see how they perform here tonight. Let's go ahead and jump now over to Wada Esports, a long-time storied team name, and I'll let Omega talk about these guys.
Yeah, Wada Esports. I played against them at LAN back in Season 3. I remember that. One of my favorite memories, playing at LAN. Regardless, long-time name. They've always been a Div C team. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've always been a Div C team. Yep, correct.
Yeah. So it's captained by Buick, and then Tater Tot and King Tootsie. They're there to round out the roster. Tater Tot with 1 goal per game. That's honestly kind of surprising coming from the second man there, but Buick is no slouch either at 0.79 goals, 0.65 assists. And I also see 41% shooting from Tater Tot, so he's being super efficient, which is really good to see. And then King Tootsie rounding out there as a third man, 0.41 goals per game, 0.44 assists per game. They seem to be a pretty solid team here. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how they're able to do.
Yeah, no, Tater Tot, you know, we were ranking players, you know, preseason and stuff like that. He had such a good season last season. You know, I think he won it all, basically, and won the championship in his division. I forget who was on his team for that, but he leveled up. He really did. He was playing super well. We were so much so that we were unsure where to put him. And you can see that he is showing out this season, like you said, leading his team in goals per game. And that 41% shooting percentage through, what, 10 series, basically? It is insane, to say the least. One of the highest shooting percentages we've seen through a regular season of all time. So again, on paper, this WADA Esports team probably looks like the better team, but it all depends on how they can play each given night, where it all comes down to this. So let's go ahead and get into our prediction, Omega Blaze. Who do you think is going to win this one? What's the series score going to be?
You know, I'm a little bit biased here. I got to go with WADA Esports. My roommate next year, King Tootsie, gotta root for him. So I'm gonna say they take it in 6.
In 6. Okay. WADA Esports definitely the safe bet, I would say, dude. Just looking at the stats alone. But you know me, never agree with you. I gotta go with Roger.
Yep.
The clear underdogs in this situation. Listen, I'm one of the biggest Paco glazers that you've ever seen. I love this man, Paco. He's always helped us out a lot on the casting desk and stuff like that, and he's just a super nice guy. So I have no problem saying that this Roger team might be able to pull it out of the bag. Raptor, he's made it to land. He's a champion in his own right as well. And Skirty, they, like I said, they've picked up a great, a third man on this team. So for me, it's the it factor is going to be Raptor. I don't know if you're listening to me right now. I see you in the chat, Raptor. But he is the it factor.
Trying to gamble all his channel points.
But either way, he's the it factor. I think if he's playing well tonight, I think we're gonna see this Roger team win it in. I'm gonna say 5 games. I'm gonna say 5. I'm gonna go crazy and say 5 games on this one. But that's my prediction. There is some predictions. I do believe our main man Pat Down kind of screwed up and made a poll at first. I think there are predictions.
I threw the prediction up.
Yeah. So yeah, there are predictions up. You just have to scroll through all the things, all the options that are there.
Or click the boost in the bottom left.
Yep, can do that too. So, if you guys want to make your own predictions, we can do just that. We'll see if everybody's ready. Y'all ready? Again, obviously there's a lot on the line. It's an elim match. No matter what it is, but not as much, because there is no LAN chances on the line from this matchup. So, we will be getting into this one very shortly. I don't know what it is. I can't remember exactly what it was from Roger and why, they haven't had as good of a season so far. For me, I feel like a lot of it was like, Raptor maybe not playing as well, or them just not really clicking so far, but they were able to beat Chop Cheddar in their first series. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Roger versus WADA Esports underway now.
We'll see if anybody can get a goal here right away. King Tootsie looking for the shot off the post. Can he read it? Not quite. Unfortunate. They were looking for the hot start right away, putting a bit of a dagger, but not quite able to find it. See a 50 out of the midfield. This one goes out to the midfield once again. King Tootsie gets a touch, trying to follow it up. No boost. Cannot find the corner. It's a little unfortunate here. It's Tater Tot looking to get the ball mid. Not able to. Raptor's going to boom this one almost over whoever this is. I can't read it. It's all starred out.
It's Buick.
Who is that? That's Buick. Okay. I'll have to remember that here. But Tater Tot looking for the read off the corner. Able to find it, but not able to do a whole lot with it here. Is Paco just looking to stop this pressure. The ball's been on their half almost the entire first minute of this game so far, and they've just been absolutely drowning in pressure.
Yeah, the key players here are obviously going to be... Oh my gosh, Skirty's going for a reset full field there. But the key player, keep your eye on, is going to be Tater Tot. You saw the stat line, goal per game, leading the division in shooting percentage. He is going to be one of the star players on this pitch. And then Paco J is going to be, the it factor. He's the captain of this Roger team, who's supposed to be, the highest ranked player, as he almost is able to put one away there. So those are going to be the, two of the players to really keep an eye on. And as I just mentioned, the player with stars as their name, that is going to be Buick. So you're just going to have to deal with that. I have nothing I can do about that one. So moving forward, minute and a half in, still 0-0. not too many crazy chances thus far as Tater Tot takes his time, gets a nice big boom down the field. This could be dangerous. Raptor able to knock this one over to the left side here. Not able to get a great 50 either. And Wada Esports are laying on the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I said it a little bit earlier. Just the ball seems to have not even left Wada Esports side, or Roger's side. But as I say that, Roger, Paco finding kind of the wide open net here on a big overcommit here from Wada Esports. He's going to get the scoring started.
Yeah, you absolutely love to see that. As, like you said, the captain, Paco, gets the scoring started. It's a great start from him. And it looks like Buick actually has a cam up here, and he's having like a rave in his background. Very interesting from him. I don't know how he can stand to play like that. King Tootsie gets a pretty big booming clear here. Is Buick going to commit to this ball? Could be dangerous if Tootsie can put it away, but not quite. As that one goes off to the wayside. Paco lobs a shot on. Tater Tot handles it handily. Paco might have a chance here. Unfortunately goes missing. Looks like he was trying to get max power and whiffed it altogether. And those are the chances you need to be scoring here in these, must-win situations here, Mega.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to take every chance that you can get. They were not able to find that one, though. So King Tootsie looking for the boom. Buick, we get a follow-up here. Skirty with a good touch away. Not able to fool Tater Tot. As Buick hits this one out mid, but Skirty is there with the pass to King Tootsie off the crossbar. You hate to see it if you are a Wada Esports fan. And Roger on the counterattack. Skirty almost able to get that one around Tater Tot, but some solid defense coming out from Wada Esports to keep that one out of the net here. As the ball is going to go once again back to Roger's half. Buick looking for the finish, not quite able to find it. It's going to get saved away by Paco. Raptors going to boom this one out. Everybody's maybe a little bit awkward here for Wada, and they're just going to keep missing the ball here. But Tater Tot able to make a save in net, and Paco's going to find another shot on net and score once again here.
That is exactly where Paco needed to put that one up high, up and over King Tootsie there. You saw him try to predict where that one was going to go, but Paco got so much power on that shot, able to get it up high. And Paco, the captain, has both of the goals so far in this series. And Wada Esports looking very awkward so far. And I don't know, Tater Tot trying to control here. You can see him trying to get something going, but Roger have been doing pretty well at keeping just overall pressure on and not letting Tater Tot cook.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a good job considering how much pressure we've seen from Wada Esports. I say that as Roger actually has more shots on net, and Paco is going to get himself a hat trick here. Not what I expected from him here on this game one, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, I knew he'd be one of the, like I said, one of the players to watch on this Roger team, but a hat trick is crazy to say the least. A fantastic start here from Paco as the captain. Minute and 12 left. It's not going to be completely over yet. Wada Esports not going to write him off yet. Buick can't make the best touch there. Luckily, his teammate Tater Tot able to come in for the save as Skirty popping this one high. It's a little bit too high. Not on net here. Minute left to go as Tater Tot goes missing on the play. Luckily, Tootsie's going to have a clear of his own. Skirty gets a quick jump to that one. Tootsie has a chance, but unfortunately cannot get around it. And Wada Esports are not clicking right now. The cylinders are not firing on this team currently. As I say that, Tater Tot able to put that one in.
Yeah, this was an interesting play, to say the least here. So, looks like Buick gets demoed. Paco with an unfortunate touch off the post. Ball's just stuck there, not able to clear it out. And Tater Tot going to get one on the board here for Wada. So there is still some hope here. 39 seconds left, 2 goals, it's possible. But it'll take quite a bit of work here for Wada Esports to try to turn this one around. But nonetheless, it's game one, so there's still plenty of time left in this series. But Paco looking to get a 4th goal here. Is he going to find it? He hit it off the side. Super unfortunate there for Paco.
Yeah, he thought he had to play that super fast. Tater Tot does get a beat. Skirty has been playing super well so far as well. Both, Paco and Skirty playing well so far. Raptor, unfortunately, I've seen a couple misses and stuff from him that unfortunately did cost a goal last time, but it will not matter as Paco with the hat trick gonna score game number 1 as Roger progressed to 1-0 on the series.
Yeah, the second half of that game looked very different from the first 2 minutes, because we saw the ball just never leave Roger's half. Then all of a sudden they scored and the tides flipped. Before we knew it, Roger was up 3-0 with a hat trick from Paco. So they turned that one around quick and fast.
Yeah, no, they really did. And again, it was a lot off the back of, I would say, Paco and Skirty. You see some of the replays here. Paco gets a beat to that first goal. And again, it's just kind of an awkward clear here. And this is a great shot there from Paco, putting it up high. So you love to see that Paco is basically firing on all cylinders right now. Basically got all three on his own. But what I also will say, and I always say this, is you cannot rely on one person to consistently perform like what Paco did there in game number 1. So I'm looking for Skirty and Raptor. Specifically Raptor. I saw Skirty getting involved pretty heavily on defense a lot, making some good saves and setups. But again, Paco's not going to be the only one to score all series long. So hopefully every member can get a little bit more involved here.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the captain, you can expect them. Okay, maybe not expect. You can hope that they're going to be the best player on the team or, play the best. But the captain alone is never really enough to carry a team. You can kind of put the team on your back, but it's never just enough to have your captain 1v3.
At least for the whole series. Maybe one game here and there, but
a game or two. Yeah, I mean it's possible, but yeah, it was a great demo from Paco. The shot opportunity from Skirty, not quite able to find its way in. We'll see Buick getting a little bit freestyly up in the air, getting the flip reset. You love to see that, but King Tootsie not able to find a touch on the ball, and Paco once again finding another goal here very early in game 2.
You see Raptor flexing in the cams, fueling all the haters in the chat, saying, "You're not doing anything, Raptor. Why are you flexing?" But it doesn't matter. Listen, maybe he's more of a locker room type guy. Just bring in the hype, bring in the positive energy, into the series. And sometimes you just need a guy like that. And so maybe that's really the role that Raptor is playing on this team. And he's getting a few goals here and there where he can, as he's going for that ball, but gets bumped off by King Tootsie. Paco might have had a chance there for a goal. And unfortunately, he goes missing on the play, but Raptor there to try and contain the ball. Skirty a little bit awkward, jumps off the wall, but able to get a 50 with Tater Tot, as Tater Tot is now hunting. Is he going to find Paco? Not quite, but it might still result in a goal. But not quite. Buick trying to get the pressure on. Tater Tot is up very early for this one. It's on the net, but Skirty with an insane save, dropping off of that back wall.
My internet died? Hello?
Oh, are you here, Omega? Are you good, brother?
Yeah, okay. I just heard you cut out, and then all of a sudden I just didn't hear anything. I wasn't sure if you ended your sentence or not.
Oh, no, you're good, you're good.
That was a little awkward. Anyways, we'll see a double commit here from Roger. Almost works out. Tootsie able to make the save. Buick getting bumped, but he's still going to be able to get to that ball ahead of anyone from Roger. Buick hitting this one up over towards Tater Tot, looking for the shot, top shelf. Great save from Raptor, and Skirty looking for the clear. A bit of a triple commit. Spells trouble here for Roger, or at least normally it should, but they managed to get out of that one kind of unscathed. Normally a triple commit is one of the the big no-nos in Rocket League. You don't want to have those happen, but Raptor gonna find his goal here, and finally Paco is not the one who's scoring here for Roger.
Yeah, no, that's a classic Raptor goal right there. Perfect place at the right time there, off of a nice center from Skirty to put that one in the back of the net. Finally, a worthy flex there on cams, as he does a good job there of putting that finishing touch on the ball. And I'm seeing some chats on the stream right now saying Raptor's bald or something. I don't get the joke. Is he actually balding? I don't really know, but either way, I'm finding it quite funny. But we are almost halfway through game 2, and Roger still laying the boom as of right now. Paco looking for a bump, can't quite find it. It's going to result in King Tootsie looking for an insane redirect, can't quite find it. Looks like Buick's able to get around that ball, and a good put away there, and Wada Esports are on the board.
Yeah, King Tootsie maybe looking for the shot, but shot was not what was needed there. Able to pass that one right back to Buick. Was able to score that one, so it's a great passing play. Get Wada Esports on the board here in game 2. They really needed that. They had went a while without really scoring and haven't had a whole lot of pressure since the beginning of last game. So I think they needed that to kind of, turn this series around a little bit. You really don't want to go down 2-0 to start. So maybe they'll be able to turn that into some more pressure here. As King Tootsie looking for a 50. Goes back out to the left side. Neither Paco or Buick able to hit the ball. It's another 50. Little awkward here as Terra Top pinches this one out way past to the right side here. Buick looking for a 50 with Paco. There's just been so many 50s here. They've all been working out for Roger, but Buick up in the air, getting another flip reset, showing off those mechs as the captain of this WADA Esports team. But flip reset doesn't seem to really do much as King Tootsie hits this one backwards. Maybe a little bit of an awkward scenario here for WADA Esports, but they're able to find their way out of it. And as I say that, Paco's just going to score. So they did not find their way out of it. I lied to you guys. My bad.
I was just about to say, nice little off the corner bouncer from Raptor, and I'm confused as to how Paco had so much time and space to go for that ball. A little bit of a miscommunication from WADA Esports there on the back wall. Nobody challenging up front for that one. And that's another 2-goal lead here for Roger, restoring their initial lead. Paco going to look to control this one, pops it out to the corner here, gets a nice touch midfield. Can Skirty put it away? Unfortunately, not able to get enough power. Raptor going to turn on this ball, but Hittertot does beat him out. He might have another touch on this ball. He goes missing and forces out a very awkward touch from Roger as the demo does come out from Tootsie. It's going to open up a lot of space here, and not the best touch there from the Skirty. Almost results in their own goal.
Yeah, definitely an interesting sequence of events there. But King Tootsie maybe looking to find another goal here. Buick looking for the bump, not able to find it as Skirty's going to hit this one past the defender Raptor. Trying to take this one up in the air, it's just going to boom it away. Skirty gets a demo on one. Paco trying to find the bottom left of net. It's going to be saved away by Tootsie. Full boost, trying to pass it out to Terratot. Not able to connect on the passing play here. As Terratot and King Tootsie bumping each other, Buick gets demoed here. King Tootsie left with no boost, going to claim that corner for himself here. Terratot gets it over one. Skirty and Raptor once again double committing here. King Tootsie hits this one back mid. Is Buick able to get a shot on net? He is, but an even better savior from Paco. As Terratot gets one towards net as well, and that's going to get saved away. WADA Esports just looking for any sort of goal here, but they are not able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, no, they've been showing good signs. Raptor is going to put yet another one in. Did he steal that goal? I'm not quite sure. Let's look at the clear. Oh, it's his own clear. So it was all him. Good on Raptor there. Gets the beat around one. WADA Esports, you can tell they're just sending the house there, trying to scratch at anything they can to try and win this game. But unfortunately fall short. 18 seconds to go, 3-goal deficit. They're going to need a miracle, but I think off of that kickoff, it's going to waste enough time. Kind of doubt they're going to get anything going here. Roger, statement game here. I feel like WADA Esports were able to bring this one back a little bit and bring the pressure a little bit, but Roger has met them pretty much every step of the way, basically matching the pace that WADA Esports are trying to play at, and it's working out in their favor. So Roger up to a 2-game lead here in this best of 7 series.
Yeah, so what I'm curious about here is whether or not WADA Esports is going to try to call a timeout and kind of change the momentum up here a little bit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but Roger just been on top of them for the first 2 games of this series. So something's got to change here for WADA Esports if they want to really try to turn this one around.
Right, and I mentioned the aggressiveness from WADA Esports, mainly on offense. On defense, it's almost the opposite. I'm noticing a lack of people committing. I'm thinking of that one goal where Paco was basically just able to walk in. You see it right here. Walk right in front of the net, and there's 2 players in net. Nobody goes for it, and Paco, obviously good enough to have a decent placement on that one, and it's just a goal. So again, it's almost like they need to flip switches a little bit and find a good happy medium, right? Where maybe you're not too aggressive on offense, but a little bit more aggressive on defense. Kind of what I'm noticing so far from WADA Esports. We'll see if they can try and switch things around here as we get ready for game number 3. Looks like no timeout will be taken, I don't think. Yeah, but everybody's readying up. So this honestly would be the time for a timeout, but WADA Esports do not take it. Game 3 getting underway.
Yeah, after you lose 2 in a row, it's kind of generally when teams will opt to use their timeouts. So a little interesting that they didn't, but see if the mind games here are going to work out in their favor. Great touch away from Buick to keep that one out of net, but King Tootsie going to get absolutely bumped by Paco. Terratot booms this one away, and a great clear from Raptor, reading that one off the wall. King Tootsie a little awkward, not able to find a touch, and Paco gonna find a wide open net. And Roger once again the first to score here in game 3.
What was that touch from Raptor off the back wall? caught everybody by surprise there. Luckily, Paco's on in a good spot to be able to read it all the way into the net there. Again, so Roger in the lead once again. Skirty pops this out into the orange half. Your Raptor looking for some sort of follow-up. Paco gets up nice and early. Not the best touch, though, but a good demo from Raptor, taking away the possession. But Buick is there for a decent follow-up. Skirty goes missing on the play. This could be dangerous, and it is. Tater Tot able to put a goal in. I believe that... Is that his first one? I'm not too sure, but he gets on the board here.
I think so. I think that's his first goal. It's able to find a touch around Raptor. Raptor trying to play the 50, but Tater Tot able to hit the ball far enough to the left that it wasn't able to touch Raptor's car. So Water Esports definitely needed that one, especially after the miscue on defense, giving up the goal to Roger here. So a little bit of an unfortunate miss from Buick. We'll call it a fake. Is Tater Tot able to boom that one downfield here? Raptor with a good clear out to the left, and he's going to follow it up here with a touch. But Buick looking for a hit out mid, not able to find it. Bumps Paco out of the way. I like the aggression here. They're getting very physical. The Skirty's going to get a demo on Tater Tot as Paco hits this one around the defender. A great 50 here. Is that one just on? Tater Tot with the unfortunate own goal.
Oh, yikes. That is something you never like to see. What in the world, bro? I don't even know how that works like that. Tater Tot, a very unfortunate own goal there. I would have never guessed that would have happened from that angle, but here we are. Roger again find themselves in a lead off of a Tater Tot own goal. He's going to look for redemption here, unfortunately. Jumps a little bit too early and goes behind that ball. Paco might have another shot here as they almost 50 it in here. Skirty looking for a shot, but Buick able to get a nice beat out here. Tater Tot with another follow-up, just making it awkward for Raptor, but Paco has a free clear down the field, and Buick is very awkward here, beating out both of his teammates, but is able to get a 50. Raptor maybe going to look for one more, or is he going to look to do it all himself? But what an insane save from King Tootsie on the goal line.
Yeah, they absolutely needed that goal line save. I thought that was surely going to be a goal here for Roger, but King Tootsie able to make the touch for the save here. We see a bit of a backboard clear from Buick. Ball gets away from him as King Tootsie caught out with no boost. A great goal line save from Tater Tot. But they're having to stretch themselves so thin on defense just to stay alive. It's really not what you want to see. It's a great demo from Paco, keeping up the aggression here for Roger. And they have just been absolutely smothering Wada with pressure.
They have been. Oh, that's
what
a
great shot from King Tootsie!
Oh my goodness. What a nice redirect from King Tootsie. The clear downfield finds somebody. And King Tootsie with a fantastic shot out of the blue corner. And man, oh man, we saw him almost get one of those earlier in the game, in the series, in game 1, I believe. Finally, he finds a nice angle there as Tater Tot almost finds a kickoff goal, but Paco able to get a piece of it. This could be dangerous. Buick is able to get a beat around 1. The rotation is there, though, from Roger, but the pressure is still there. Paco needs a touch there as King Tootsie's pre-jumping Paco's touch. This could be dangerous. Raptor, can he get a beat? Not quite. Buick, nice fast aerial there. This is going to be a shot, though, from Skirty. Good placement on that one. And Roger right back in the lead.
Yeah, every time Wada, scores, seems like Roger able to find an answer. The bump on Tater Tot net, absolutely crucial there for Roger, opening up the whole left side of the net here for Skirty to once again give Roger a lead. Wada Esports keeping themselves in this game for sure. It's at the great touch from King Tootsie, almost finding its way in. Buick not able to finish the shot, and Raptor able to get a great goal line save, but it seems like Roger is just one step ahead of Wada. Whenever Wada scores, Roger always has an answer.
Yeah, that's a great center there from Paco. Hard to read, though, from Raptor. That's a floater targeting, and heat-seeking towards that top right corner from Skirty. And now another 50 comes out. Ball going back and forth here. King Tootsie trying to control that ball. Can't quite do so. And now Skirty is super awkward as Raptor kind of hits it away from him. This could be an opportunity for Buick, but Raptor able to get a much-needed touch. Paco going to grab that back left boost here. Going to go for something here. Gets a favorable 50. It's going to be awkward. Demo does come out, but Buick is there to save the day on the back line once again.
I'm curious how many demos Paco's had. It seems like he's almost demoing more than Grayskull did last night. which is kind of interesting. Because
Yeah.
Grayskull's known for demos, and he didn't go for a lot, because I casted that game as well. He didn't really go for a lot of demos, so kind of interesting. I've never really thought Paco was one to be very aggressive on the demos, but here we are. Wada Esports looking for some sort of goal here. They got 40 seconds to do it. It's the net wide open.
Oh
Buick
my.
not able to find a touch here. The bump on Raptor and King Tootsie able to come in and miraculously hit that one into the net. What in the world?
That should have been a goal about 3 times over, and if it wasn't, I was about to lose my mind. Again, Wada Esports just seem extremely panicked, and just at the last minute there, they're having decent chances, but are choking on the shots. Luckily, that does go in for them. I don't know if they quite deserved it after 2 or 3 basically open net misses. But either way, they do tie it up with 23 seconds to go. Can they steal away this game 3? This could be it right here as Tatertot lobs one on net. Skirty is able to make a touch, but basically hits it right into Paco's car. Now Paco on 0 boost, trying to get a clear out. Tootsie there to keep it up. Roger, a little bit playing scared right now. This could be it. But luckily, I believe it was Skirty able to make a game-saving clear. Tatertot lobs this one up high. Double commit does come out, but ball gonna hit the ground, and we are gonna see an OT here in game 3.
Yeah, Wada Esports finding themselves on the cusp of winning their first game of the series. They absolutely need it here. Going down 3-0, needing to reverse sweep is not where you want to be as Buick crossing up King Tootsie just a little bit there. Big 50 for Skirty, trying to get another touch on the ball, almost finds it here as Buick hits this one, looking maybe for the double. He's going to find it. What a shot!
What an insane goal there from Buick, the captain. A beautiful read, uses up every ounce of boost to wrap his car around that ball. And that is a statement goal there from the captain Buick to give Wada Esports their first game win on the series. Now a 2-1 lead, still going to Roger. But man, after that, Wada Esports is going to have full momentum going into the rest of the series. Roger are going to want that game back.
Yeah, absolutely. Going up 3-0 would have been huge for Roger, but Wada Esports finding their first win, looking to turn it around, and you know they're on the right track here for sure. Just what a shot from Buick at the end of that game. It was a crazy double here for Divsy, and we see a timeout from Wada. Oh no, it's not a timeout. Buick's just glitched apparently.
Okay. Yeah, we won't count this as a timeout. More of like a.
I was gonna say, I see pause, and I'm like, is that a timeout? Like, the mind games on these guys would be crazy if that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we won't.
Yeah,
count,
they win a
count
game.
This.
Now we want our timeout.
Okay, yeah, we won't count this as a official timeout. I don't think. If Buick's having tech difficulties, so he's gonna restart his game real quick. But yeah, no, Wada Esports.
That's what his username is.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Wait, I can't see it. I didn't see it.
Oh, you want to know what it is?
Can you say it on stream?
Maybe? I'll DM it. I don't know if I can. I probably can, but there you go.
Let me see it. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I wasn't. I don't know. I figured it'd be better to be safe and stuff, but
his name for whatever reason is Ligma Squad. I don't know what.
Don't know why that gets started out.
Yeah, I mean it's just Ligma. You can't say Ligma, I guess. But either way, Wada Esports do win that game number 3. Again, I'm scared now for the momentum of Roger. If they can be able to come back from what's it called? A statement goal that Buick had there at the end of that game. Luckily, due to this little bit of a tech pause, I do think they're going to be iced out a little bit on their own behalf. So there is that. But either way, Roger, Omega, they're going to be looking to try and answer back here into this game 4.
Yeah, even if they aren't able to, start out pretty hot here, they are still up in the series, so plenty of time to to win a few games, you know, Wada Esports has more work to do than Roger in that regard. So even if they have a bit of a slow start here, they're not in too much trouble.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm not too sure how long this is gonna take, so I go ahead. You and I are on the screen again, Omega. I don't know if you saw that.
I have to skip up on my other monitor.
Okay. So yeah, we're just waiting on Buick to hop back in. We'll get an update real quick. Is he almost here? We'll try and figure out what's going on here and try and get the show back on the road because it is my bedtime pretty soon here. I'm too old for this crap anymore. But I am Unk. I won't deny it.
Tic-tac-toe.
Nah, we'll save that for LAN. No. We'll save that for LAN.
True.
We need to save our stalling segments.
Gotta get me versus Kemek. Me versus Kemek. Tic-tac-toe at LAN again.
Is Kemek even gonna be at LAN? That's the question.
I don't think so. I think he said he wasn't able to.
That's so lame, bro. We gotta get Kemek to LAN.
We do.
We gotta get people to LAN. So yeah, I mean, I guess I could. Yeah, not a bad shout here. Toss it back over to here. So again, we are in match D currently. So again, the winner will go on to face Bronze Baddies, who does have Sharkbite on the team. Who, as I mentioned before, I was surprised to see Sharkbite fall to Division C. But you do see that Bronze Baddies actually did get 4-0 swept by Greek Squad. So Greek Squad are continuing their onslaught in playoffs. And again, defeating somebody like Sharkbite in 4 like that is crazy to me and just shows how dominant this Greek Squad team has been all season long.
Yeah, as we say that, it looks like he's gotten back into the game here. So we are going to jump back to that, but yeah, Greek Squad, they've been very dominant. They are 10-0 now on the season, I believe. 9-0 regular season undefeated. They had like a 77% win rate or something absolutely insane. Alandra Woodsfoil and MJ just absolutely running the division. They've been so dominant. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to keep that up at LAN. But enough talking about the rest of the division. We'll jump right back into the action here. Buick hits this one out to the side, getting a little bit mechy once again here, tapping that one out to the corner. You're going to see King Tootsie pass this one out towards Buick, but Skirty is going to deny him on the pass as Buick is up once again here. King Tootsie low boost, Tater Tot looking for the 50. It's going to go right back out mid. Paco trying to control the ball here, gets a good touch. Not able to find another one here as Raptor hits this one out to the side. Tater Tot just looking to clear this one out, but Paco up super early, getting a good 50 here, keeping up this aggression for Roger here to trying to kind of settle themselves back into the game here after that tech pause.
Yeah, no, this is going to be one of the most important games of this series. Really going to decide where the momentum goes thus far. Tater Tot rings was shot high. If Roger can win this game, they'll obviously be on match point. Wada Esports, though, conversely, if they win this game, the series is going to be tied up 2-2, and it could be anybody's game at that point. So, again, huge game here. Paco, I'm loving how he's playing here. Almost gets it on Tootsie, got it around 2. Playing very patient, just letting Wada Esports just give the ball away. Unfortunately, probably one too many touches there. Tater Tot rings it off the corner. Paco getting out in the midfield there, making the play. King Tootsie pops this one out. Skirty, he's been playing fast, but time and time again, I'm noticing Skirty just finding himself in really awkward positions. Yikes. Tater Tot, open net miss.
Yeah, you hate to see it off the crossbars. A double commit here from King Tootsie and Buick. It works out here. Buick able to put that one in the net, but could have been very, very brutal if Paco was able to get anything on that ball and keep it away from net. All 3 Wada Esports players right by the net. That was an all or nothing play if I've ever seen one, but King Tootsie getting a good 50 here. This Tater Tot trying to follow this one up, puts something towards net. It's going to go a little bit wide right here. Buick low boost taking this one off the corner, trying to flip into the ball, not able to find a touch, and neither is Skirty. This one's just sitting awkward in front of net, and Paco, who other than Paco to get the clear here and alleviate a bit of pressure for this Roger team.
Paco now looking to carry this ball out. He's been doing good at getting beats around 1 or even 2 players, but Oftentimes you can't get that final beat around that last player. Buick gets a huge booming clear. Down towards this Roger half. Skirty looking to clear this ball out. Gonna looking for a big booming clear here. Paco can't quite get it. Luckily, Skirty is there for the follow-up. Now Paco staying on this ball, gets a decent 50. Skirty does get a beat around 1, maybe looking for 1 more. Is there gonna be a shot? Not quite. Raptor not taking the right angle from that one, and Wada Esports are just keeping this ball in their corner. Could be a slot here from Paco, but ends up hitting it too far low. No dangerous shot there.
Yeah, definitely not a dangerous shot there at all. It's Tater looking for a dangerous shot of his own with a double tap own goal off of Paco. Oh no!
Yeah, the Rocket League karma comes back. Tater has an unfortunate own goal earlier, and they pay him back as he almost gets an insane double, rings it wide, hits it off of his opponent. That's calculated if I've ever seen it. As Wada Esports in the lead by 2. Probably their biggest lead so far of the entire series. We'll see if they can hold on here. Roger have had a couple decent chances, but ultimately, Wada Esports defense has been holding pretty strong so far here in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Roger hasn't had a whole lot of pressure. They actually have had no shots so far compared to Wada Esports' 5. So it seems like the the tech pause has almost helped out Wada Esports more than Roger. But as I say that, Paco is going to say, nope, hasn't cooled me down one bit. He's going to score off of a great pass from Raptor on the backboard. Just catches the 2 defenders in net a little bit off guard.
That's a beautiful shot there from Paco. Good positioning, and like you said, a good pass there from Raptor as well. Paco, I believe, has about 80% of Roger's goals so far. He has been really the sole scorer, and Tater Tot just finds a favorable bounce off the cross or the post there. And I think either Raptor or maybe even Skirty thought that would have went off backboard, but it goes in Wada Sports' favor and restore their 2-goal lead.
Yeah, it's a tough one to read. You know, if you're just in a spot where you can't really do a whole lot on defense anyway, it just goes in. But Tater Tot with a quick aerial here, hitting this one out to the right side. Maybe looking for a follow-up, but King Tootsie there. No boost, just Paco trying to pass this one out mid to a teammate. Buick is going to get to that ball before anybody from Roger could. It's a great clear here. King Tootsie last back. We're going to see what he's able to do off the wall. He's going to get a good clear out to the right side where Paco is waiting, looking for a bit of a 50 here. Skirty's going to tap this one out to the sidewall. Buick and Tater Tot both up in the air here. This one's going to ping pong out towards the midfield. Paco booms it out to King Tootsie. Hits that one off the sidewall, maybe looking towards a teammate, but it's going to be met by some Roger players as Tater Tot gets a good flick around one, gets a bump on another here. As Buick just trying to keep the ball moving forward here as Wada Esports trying to drain out the clock to end this game 4.
Yeah, no, just a fantastic game 4 from Wada Esports. They might tack on another one here. Paco able to make the save. One final shot isn't enough. Wada Esports, though, tie up the series 2-2. And again, the momentum is definitely going to be in Wada Esports' favor after that one, tying up the series. Roger, a little bit of a dead game there. I'm not gonna lie. Look, there's one singular shot on the side of Roger, and that one shot was a goal. So good, efficiency there. But you need more shots. You need more offense. But to me, it really felt like Wada Esports was just playing super well defensively. Roger might have been giving away the ball, not controlling this or that, but that was working for them before. However, now with Wada Esports actually playing some defense, they're looking like a much better team here in the series.
Yeah, I think Wada Esports found their footing here. Buick has kind of been showing out a bit ever since that double tap here. He's been playing pretty well. I think that's kind of what Wada Esports needed. We didn't see a whole lot of him, out of him in either of the first 2 games of the series. So he's starting to come alive here a little bit, and it's helping Wada Esports as they have now tied the series here 2-2 as we head to game 5. So we will see at least 6 out of this one. But I'd love to see it go to 7 as well. It'd be absolute cinema.
It would be. At least you can say either both teams put up a good fight if it does go to 7. But game 5 underway. As we said, Wada Esports had the momentum. Roger going to look now to try and do a little bit better offensively. This is going to be awkward. Raptor, very awkward here. Needs a touch, puts it in his own corner. Luckily able to make that one as lets his team re-corral and regroup. Tater Tot now out of the blue corner, trying to center this ball. It's very, very awkward for Roger, and that's going to be another goal for Wada Esports.
Yeah, King Tootsie just finding a goal here. The net was pretty wide open there. I hate to say it. Oh my goodness, voice crack.
You sound like me, brother. Holy.
Yeah, I voice crack a lot. So you hate to see it if you are Roger there, but we'll see how they're going to try to rebound as King Tootsie up way ahead out of everybody. Buick looking for a bit of a redirect. And Paco, he's going to find a redirect of his own. What a shot.
I'm not going to lie, I was looking through the chats, I hadn't read it in a while, and I thought Paco just owned gold. But no, that's just an insane redirect from the captain Paco, who is literally like the only person on this Roger team who is doing anything offensively. Again, you cannot reliably and consistently get that type of result out of pretty much anybody in any division. So Paco really doing it all right now. Double demo. Tootsie is able to respawn here. Good center from Skirty. Is there going to be a put away? Not quite, as Buick puts that one to the side. But again, Roger starting to pick up the aggressiveness a little bit here. This might be a good redirect, and it is a beautiful shot coming out from Buick on a great counterattack from Tater Tot.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of just nice plays, good placement in net. This Buick's going to find another goal here. It's a great play. It's going to bring Wada Esports back into the lead. They've had so much momentum. We're looking to tack on another here. Is this one very favorable kickoff for Wada Esports here. Is Paco not able to find a touch? Skirty, maybe a little awkward. He's going to get that one around Buick. Great control here from the third man of Roger Rogers. King Tootsie trying to get that one out mid. He's going to find an angle, but it's going to get saved away as Tater Tot controlling this one. Catches it in the corner, trying to pass it out mid. Skirty, a little awkward here. Is King Tootsie on the counter attack, looking for a bump on Raptor, not quite able to find it. Tater Tot with a good boost steal. He's going to let Buick take control of this one. Wait for the ball to go mid, see what happens here, but Skirty with a pretty good clear, and Paco, I was imagining he was going to go try to clear it, and there's the clear out to the right side. But yeah, it's been an interesting game here so far, game 5, but Wada Esports has still had just so much pressure so far.
Yeah, no, they for sure have. I'm noticing Roger are doing what they can, though. They're starting to find some demos and stuff, which I think is good. I think that's a good mindset to try and have against a team that's locked in defensively all of a sudden, to try and just disrupt those solid rotations any way you can. I do think Roger are starting to approach this pretty well here. Paco has a chance to get yet another goal. Fortunately, sends it a little bit far wide there. Buick gets a touch around Skirty. Raptor hesitant to go for this one. Finally does go. Gets a beat around 1. Gonna look for one more. Gets a beat maybe around 2, but a good recovery there from Wada Esports. Now Skirty has a chance of his own. Gonna tosses towards the net. A double opportunity. Had it on his car. As Paco trying to just keep this ball in. A little bit of a back pass. Raptor gonna have another touch here. Can it get shut down? It does. Tater Tot shuts that one down, but a good little spurt of pressure there from Roger.
Yeah, they had some pressure here, but they're going to need to keep getting some more. Down 1 goal here so far in this game. Raptor last back, trying to get a touch on the ball, not able to, but King Tootsie, no boost. Just Tater Tot looking for the angle, not able to find it. It's going to get cleared away by Skirty here. I love the aggression from both teams, but it seems like there's been a whole lot of double commits, and everybody kind of just going for the ball. It's been a mad dash at times throughout this series. So I think both teams are definitely a little panicked here. Skirty with a great looking angle there, saved away from Tater Tot. Raptor looking for the shot on net, saved away by Buick. And there's just so much stuff going on here. So many shots, so many just better saves. It's been an exciting game 5.
Yeah, no, this level of play has stepped up here. Double taps, good saves here. And I believe Paco just owned goals there, looking to try and put that into the corner. That is not what you want to see there. It's an awkward ball. Paco knows he has to touch it. Maybe Raptor would have had it. But it's hard to know in those situations. And that is an own goal coming out from Paco. He's had a great series so far. It's unfortunate there for Roger. 2-goal deficit now. Can Roger get anything going after something like that? Paco lobs it up high. Can he put it away himself? It's going to be on net, but another goal line save from Wada Esports. And their defense has been undeniable ever since Game 4.
Yeah, I mean, they were kind of just getting cooked in the first few games, and they've really been able to turn it around. I don't know if I could pinpoint one thing in particular that they've done to really change it, but it has worked out amazingly for them so far here. So they're looking to close out the series, heading to match point, unless any sort of crazy comeback happens here for Roger. We're going to see Paco boom this one up. Skirty kind of just waiting on the mid boost here. Raptor getting a pretty good 50. Paco looking for the shot. It's going to get saved away here as the clock is going to tick down. And this is going to head to match point here for Wada. Able to turn it around, win 3 in a row. Tater looking for another goal, and he's going to find that one top shelf.
Yeah, this is the time for a timeout if I've ever seen one. After a game like that, so frustrating. You need to reset the mental here. You cannot spiral and just let that one go. You need to try and reset any way you can, because that is 3 unanswered games for Wada Esports, back to back. After what seemed like a dominant start from Roger, Wada Esports have officially locked in and are now 1 game away from progressing to that final match before LAN. Again, Roger had some good pressure there. You saw, I mean, it was 1 shot in game, 4, I think, for Roger, and I know the stats have disappeared already, but they had a lot more going on the offensive side. But really, it was just Wada Esports locking in and just playing out of their mind. But like I said too, the offense for Roger has been all Paco J1. It has been all him. There's been a couple good assists here and there from either Raptor or Skirty, but the other 2 guys need to get involved offensively, whether it's goals, assists, whatever, bumps, I don't care. That's what needs to change for Roger in order to try and win this series.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I don't believe we're going to see a timeout here from Roger.
Guess not.
So, bit of
I'm
a
not a
gutsy
fan.
call. Yeah, a bit of a gutsy call here if you ask me. Losing 3 in a row, not calling a timeout. I guess maybe I'm being a little hypocritical saying that, considering my team lost 3 in a row and didn't call a timeout. But
yeah, it is pretty similar.
I'd say our guys felt confident, and then we went on to win the next one. So
that is true.
It worked out for us, but we'll see if that call works out here for Roger. They're on their last life. Remember, loser of this series is eliminated. Winner of this series moves on to the LAN qualification match. So definitely not a place you want to be if you're Roger starting out up 2-0, losing 3 in a row. Now it's do or die.
Really is some great pressure off the start there from Roger. That's a good demo from Paco. Can he get around this ball? He's going to try and control it. Gets a nice 50. Skirty going to go for this ball, but Tootsie beats him to it. He's going to try and get a counterattack going, but flips too early and relieve some pressure for now. Buick going to stay on this ball. Nothing going to come from that. The Skirty now. Decent 50, but Tootsie's up super early. Can he get another double? It's close, and he can! Angle! Tootsie with an insane double tap to get the first goal here in Game 6, and Wada Esports have all of a sudden became a completely different team.
Yeah, that double from King Tootsie is insane. He is one of the mechiest players I've seen in Div C. Time and time again, he's been able to show off some mechs, and that's definitely been no exception this series, for sure. So, kind of hyping up this Wada Esports team, bringing back the vibes. We've seen so many nice plays from them, and they are just absolutely melting this Roger team down. And there's just been no momentum here for Roger. As Wada Esports looking to keep this one up. A little awkward here for Paco. Buick off the top right corner of the net here. Gets a demo and a pass out to Tater Tot. That one's going to go right past the defender. And Tootsie looking for a bit of a pass. Takes a 50, maybe a little bit awkward there looking for it. But Buick going for the quick commit. Not quite able to find a touch on the ball here as Tater Tot hits this one out mid. Some great control here. Clearing this one out, but Roger looking to have some pressure here, and we'll see if they can make anything come out of it.
Yeah, I know. This just feels like they're a undeniable fortress right now. It's a double commit. Can Raptor get a double of his own? Not quite. Paco still commits. All three players from Wada Esports are net stacking there. It is going to be so hard. I do think they need to keep up with those demos. That's a great center. Paco comes in diving to keep that ball out of his own net. Very dangerous situation there. Paco now just, again, keeping the ball in his own corner as Buick there. Looks like he's able to steal that boost. Now Paco, not the best touch, but Skirty should be able to get a touch. Ooh, jumps a little bit too late there. A wall eats his jump. Buick looking for a shot. Raptor going to be there to deny. And this ball is spending quite a bit of time in this Roger half. Paco looking very awkward. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Roger right now. They're going to need something here to try and get this goal.
Yeah, they're just looking a little bit awkward here. Okay, I was confused what net I was looking at for a second. That's
Dude, there's
on
been
me.
multiple situations like that for me.
I thought Raptors like trying to look for a touch and just missed it. And the ball was heading right towards their net, but it's a great bump there from Raptor onto Tater Tot, tying up the game. Is absolutely what they needed. So see if they're able to tack on another one here. King Tootsie going up in the air, looking for another nice play. It's going to get a 50. Skirty going to take this one past Raptor. It's going to be a roller on the ground. Buick gets a touch around Raptor, maybe looking for another one here. Not able to find a touch, looking for the pass mid. It's going to be mid, but Skirty able to catch Wada Esports a little bit off guard. And now they're a bit on their back foot here. We'll see if Roger turn this into a goal, but Buick just ice cold with a great clear to keep that one away.
Raptor here needs a decent touch. It's a touch. Makes it super awkward for Tater Tot, but nobody's there to fall low. Almost fakes out Skirty. I thought that was going to be a goal. Ball is very dangerous. A lot of chances for Wada Esports. They're being very aggressive offensively all of a sudden. Trying to end this series right here, right now. Paco has an opportunity, but denied by Tater Tot. He might stay on this ball. A little bit of hesitancy from him. Now Skirty does get a boost spawn. Gonna look for a flick around one. Does get it. There's a demo on the other side, and Skirty goes missing. A much-needed goal there. This could be dangerous, and it is! Paco pinches it up off the ceiling and down, and Roger find themselves in the lead.
Yeah, it's been a long time since Rogers had a lead. Bit of an own goal there from King Tootsie, but, you know, he kind of had to go for it. It was going to go in, so I guess we really can't call that one an own goal. But Roger, are they going to be able to keep the lead here and force a Game 7? I guess we'll figure that out here in the next minute.
Yeah, this is where composure comes in. This is what separates the teams that make land with the ones that don't. You got to be composed here. One goes missing on the play. The shot is offline. Paco now is able to get a decent touch. You got to keep your composure here. No overcommits from Roger. That's going to be the key as Tater Tot bangs this into the blue half. Skirty gets a big booming clear. Going to waste a lot of time here. Unfortunately, can't get another touch as Raptor almost gets a decent goal there. As Paco needs a touch, he does. Beautiful stuff from him, keeping this ball in this orange half. This is what you want to do. Tootsie able to find the ball out. Raptor now going to get back here. It's going to be awkward rotations. Paco, it's going to get hairy here. Can he find another 50? Stay behind this ball. Good fifth demo from Skirty. The ball's going to be online. It's an overcommit from the third man on Roger. What happens? You just, again, you got to relax and try and play defensively there. And they fail to do just that. And Wada Esports tie it up with 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, if you're Roger, that is worst case scenario. Giving up a goal here with very little time left. This could be dangerous. Paco with a great touch away here. Skirty looking for anything. He's going to drop that one straight to the ground here. OT, all the marbles here. Golden goal for Wada Esports. We'll see if they're able to win it here or if we'll be headed to a Game 7. Either way, it's been an awesome series so far. Tater Tot looking to get some offense going. Gets a good touch out to the right side. Looking for a pass mid. He's going to try to get one more. Gets a bump on Raptor, but Raptor's not going to really get pushed out of the way here. As Buick looking for a sick angle. Not able to find it, and King Tootsie hits the crossbar. Roger is lucky to walk away from that one unscathed.
Yeah, but the pressure is still on. Roger are struggling to get the ball out of their own half right now. Paco finally able to get a 50 going his way. This could be dangerous again. Demo attempt comes out, but Buick is able to avoid. Raptor looks across the field. Tater Tot, the huge clear. This is going to be a bad bounce. Can Tater Tot read it? It might be on net, not quite. It's still there. Skirty gets in front of that, behind that one to make the save. Paco looking for a clear. And the nerves and the heart rate is definitely going to be up here. This is, again, another dangerous one. Raptor needs a touch, and he does. He's going to try and grab this back right boost. It's going to be a double commit. Skirty going up early for this one. Paco, good first touch. Raptor, can he get a second? It's not the best. It's going to allow Wada Esports to get another play going here. Tootsie going to look for a shot. Paco going to try and control here. The play all of a sudden slows down. Roger on their back foot. This is so awkward. Skirty needs a touch, and he gets it. Roger looking very, very panicked right now.
Yeah, no, they're definitely just hanging on by a thread. As we'll see Buick here, 30 boost looking for the pinch. That could be on. Is that going to do it? No! Paco with the very miraculous save. And Raptor's going to get a good clear. Man, to get a pinch on, kind of crazy. I don't know about you. I wasn't expecting that. But Buick looking for the air dribble, trying to just get that around everybody. And Tootsie with another good touch here. It's going to go straight out to Raptor, who's just going to try to get a good 50. That one's up in the air. Paco looking for the touch. Nobody's able to hit that ball here. It's Tootsie controlling this one in the corner. He's going to try to flick it around Skirty, but this one's up over net. Looming potential danger here, but a great save from Wada Esports as they try to counterattack.
That's open.
Tater Tot net seems to be open, but an amazing save. I don't know if that was pinched away by two Wada Esports players or what happened, but Roger once again looking for the counterattack, and we are halfway through a game of regulation here in OT.
Yeah, no, this is a crazy OT so far. Wada Esports literally had an open net there. They let it go missing. King Tootsie goes missing on that play as well. Raptor is able to get a 50, but Tater Tot should be able to control. Luckily, Paco's able to get a touch there. Dangerous commit by him. Now Skirty gonna look to stay on this ball. This is awkward here. Double commit does come out. Raptor has a chance here, needs a touch. Puts it back into this orange half. He's gonna look for one more midfield. Buick goes missing on the play. There's a demo on the back end. Skirty does die in the process. That's gonna be on net. Tootsie needs a touch. Paco commits as well. He's starting to see some aggression coming from both these teams in a must-win situation. And I'm not sure what's going on here. Raptor staying on this ball, gets bumped off by Tater Tot. And this is getting scrappy here, Omega.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what's going on. Skirty with a bit of a shooting opportunity there, unfortunately wide. It's Raptor getting that one towards net. Tootsie with a great save here. Both teams just putting on their fair share of shots. Nothing is found back of the net here just yet as Skirty looking for another touch on this one. It's 50'd out mid. Raptor gonna try for the catch here. It's a good 50 from Tater Tot. King Tootsie gets a demo here on Skirty. We're gonna see if Wada Esports can turn this into a good counterattack. But Raptor able to get a good clear away as Paco. An unfortunate miss. Raptor last back here. Skirty awkward. Oh! What a save from Raptor off the crossbar. Oh my goodness.
That is an insane save coming out from Raptor. A season-saving save after a little bit of a mistake from Paco. Gonna have to pat him on the back. There is Raptor in a bad spot there. They should be able to get back for this one, but Buick is staying on ball here. This could be dangerous. Trying to look midfield. Tootsie is there to commit for that one. Tater Tot pops this one up high. Skirty gets a nice early jump, though. Keeps it in his own corner. Paco looking to clear the ball out, but does give away possession, but is able to get a piece of it at the last second. Buick goes missing. This might be open. Raptor sends it a little bit far wide. Paco, can he do it? He can. He sends it high. Rings it off the crossbar. And both teams now with basically open net missed opportunities.
Yeah, Paco looking for a shot, not quite able to find it here. As we're approaching 5 minutes, you know, I said, is this game going to go to game 7? It basically already has. So now we'll see if it goes to game 8. But Tater Tot passing this one out mid. Tootsie trying to fake out Paco a little bit, but Paco is going to be able to read that one. No faking him.
Love this.
As he gets a shot towards net. Raptor. He's going to score 509. Saw some predictions in chat. Nobody guessed Raptor or 509, but they are going to force a game 7 here. What a play.
Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a series. Roger claw their way back to a game 6 win, progressing this to a game 7. It does not get better than this, ladies and gentlemen. And look at that. I asked for Roger to get more involved across the board, and each player getting a goal there. So a nice play there from them, all around scoring happening. And I love this call from Paco J right now. He's calling a timeout before Game 7. I'm a big fan. Listen, I'm a big fan of this call to get a timeout in this situation, just for Roger, despite winning that game. Just taking a second to take a breather and to try and come back for this Game 7. So I like this play here. Good call from Roger taking his timeout.
Yeah, I was a little confused at first. I was like, you guys just won the game, but it was a very, very back and forth 5 minutes of OT there. So completely understandable. You know, the hands are probably shaking a little bit. You know, definitely a bit of a scary place to be for Roger. But now, Game 7, anything can happen here. Best of one, essentially. So the real question is, who is going to step up here and move their team on one step closer to land?
It does indeed. Listen, it would be even better if this was also a land qualification, right? Unfortunately, it's not. But either way, somebody's got to be the hero here tonight, and it could be any one of these 6 players to do it. Roger, after winning the first 2 games, have somehow clawed their way back and stopped the momentum of WADA Esports after winning 3 back-to-back games. So again, this has been a great series. Both teams showing out, proving why they deserve to be in this position that they are in right now. And whoever, you know, like I said, there's going to be a hero here, I think. Hopefully it's not a washout. I'm hoping there's not, but hopefully both these teams can keep their composure and give us a good last game here.
Yeah, it's about all we can ask for. Game 7 OT would be cinematic. So we'll see if that happens, but we are about to get into it here. It's been an amazing series so far. It's definitely held up to what I expected from both of these teams. So we'll see who's able to score the first goal and have momentum right away. It looks like it could be WADA Esports. Buick getting a shot on net, a little bit off here. King Tootsie looking for a touch. He's gonna get a shot on net here, and Tater Tot gets it under one. Raptor, the goal line saviors. Buick's gonna side flip out of the way just a bit here. Raptor getting a 50 backwards. Paco gets the touch here off the sidewall. Buick, the good 50, looking maybe to catch Paco. A little overcommitted. I guess Paco's not overcommitted, but he missed the boost. Hate to see that. You're on the big screen.
Yeah, a little exposed there, caught in 4K from Paco. Maybe a little bit nervous right now. Questionable play there. Luckily, it doesn't end in a goal. But hopefully they're going to have to try and lock in here as Raptor lobs a shot wide. Tootsie goes missing on the play. Raptor with a great boost steal. Paco might have an opportunity here. Can he get around it? He can! A beautiful shot from Paco. And I got to give some credit here to Raptor. Look at that boost grab. That little rat comes right in front of Buick and takes that boost and basically helps out with Paco there. And that is what Raptor is doing right now. Listen, that's what I want them to do as well in terms of getting more involved. It doesn't have to be direct goals or assists or anything. It's stuff like that. And a beautiful job there from Roger. They're up early here in Game 7.
Yeah, who other than Paco to start the scoring here in Game 7? He's been everywhere as far as scoring goals go for this Roger team. So it's a good save here from Tootsie. Tater Tot with a good touch. Booming that one away here. Paco is going to try to get a touch around Buick. Not able to. Is Skirty hitting this one out mid. Tater Tot going to intercept that one at the midfield. No boost here. Raptor trying to maybe take a shot towards net, but Buick going to get that one around one. Gets it around a second. Raptor, no boost. King Tootsie is the net open. It might just be. And he's going to find the equalizer. Very bad overcommit there from Roger.
Yeah, I think Raptor and Skirty might have actually bumped each other. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It was kind of hard to tell, but either way, the net is just wide open there for WADA Esports. And they tie it up 1-1, 3:19 on the clock. And Raptor trying to get something going here. Gets demoed in the process. Tater Tot going to take his time. We've seen him do this so much, and he's done so well at that. It's a double commit. It's just Raptor back. He's going to need some sort of touch to buy his team some time here. Both Paco and Skirty on 0 boost here. very good opportunity goes to the wayside as King Tootsie pops this one high. Raptor puts this downfield. Would have been a goal if it was on the net there, as Buick tries to get that ball out of his own half. Unfortunately, passes it right to Raptor. Paco lurking now, pops it up high. Skirty gets up so fast that ball somehow beats Tater Tot. Now Raptor looking for a touch, goes missing on the play. Paco, though, the rotations from Roger offensively are coming in right now. The pressure is there.
Oh, it definitely is. Is Raptor gonna find it? No, he's not. What? Oh no! I spoke too soon. I thought he was gonna find that touch off the post. Can't find the second touch into the net. Man, the Game 7 nerves, the Game 7 voice cracks are real too. I was gonna say the Game 7 nerves are real here for Roger. This is a crazy game.
Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know how that didn't go in the back of the net. This could be another good opportunity. Skirty rings it off the crossbar. Paco there for a shot, but Buick patient on the goal line. A good save from him. Sends it back the other way. Tater Tot looking for a pass midfield. Shut down by Skirty. Does good demo though, but nobody's challenging Skirty right now. He's just walking it down the pitch to 50. Almost goes directly in. Paco needs a jump on this ball. We've seen him go missing on those a lot here in this series. He's gonna look for a demo, and that ball is just gonna be in. Raptor, big booming clear, and you can see him getting animated in the cams.
Yeah, Roger, they needed that one. It's just in. I'm a little surprised to see that one just float all the way to the net. Roger going to find themselves ahead once again here. The question will be whether or not they're able to keep this lead. Or if Wada's going to come back. Skirty looking for the shot, not able to find it off the corner. Nobody's quite there to shoot it for Roger. Paco up in the air. Is he going to be able to get a touch? He will. What a shot!
Oh, Paco! I thought he was nervous coming into this game, but comes out the ice in his veins. A beautiful shot coming out from Paco, getting that final little touch around that last defender. A beautiful showing from Roger. Still a lot of time though, and that's a kickoff goal. And that is a kickoff goal, ladies and gentlemen. And all of a sudden, Roger need to lock in. Minute 17 on the clock. It's still a 1-goal game. Can Roger maintain? That's going to be the question. Or is Wada Esports going to make this interesting?
You know, every moment I think I've seen about everything in this series, something new happens. The kickoff goal there, did not expect that at all. So, you know, we're approaching the last minute of regulation. We'll see if Wada Esports able to send this one to yet another overtime. Or if Roger is going to lock this one down here. Skirty looking for a big booming clear. He's able to find one, get another touch here. So that one's going to go out towards Raptor. 50 with Buick looking for maybe one more out mid, but Tater Tot going to shut it down. Bumps Paco. Buick with a good touch here. Paco with a demo. Nobody's going to be able to follow this one up here for Wada as Paco hits this one off towards the backboard. King Tootsie taking this one to the corner here. And if you're Roger, you're looking to kind of just drain the clock out and keep the ball on this Wada Esports half about as long as you possibly can.
Yeah, and you heard K2 in the chat. No overcommits is what I'm looking for here. I'm already seeing some demo plays and stuff come out from Paco, which can work if successful, but it's very aggressive, and you have a goal lead. You just need to lock down. Paco, 10 seconds to go. Can Roger hold on to the lead? Ball is in this orange half. They're going to try and get it out. Good hold there from Raptor. That's going to hold up so much time. It's kind of stalling out here. The ball goes down. Paco needs to just kill it, and he does! Roger win it in Game 7. A thriller of a series all around. And Roger battled back and defeat Wada Esports. It looked like it was Wada Esports' game right now. They win 3 back-to-back games. But Roger, the resilience comes through. A fantastic comeback story for them, and they progress 1 series closer to that land match.
Yeah, crazy series. Wada had so much pressure there for the middle games of that series. Games, what is it, 3, 4, and 5. Roger able to finish out. I'm at a loss for words right now. That series was crazy.
Yeah, no, that was a fun one for sure. I am so glad we were able to get that one, on stream and stuff. It's stuff like that makes Dcrl so great. And listen, well played to both teams, but I love to see somebody like Paco find success like that. And they're the 9 seed, so a little bit of a Cinderella run for this Roger team right now. They're only 1 series now away from punching their ticket to LAN. But let's go ahead and get these boys in for a winner's interview. Let's get them in. Let's get them in. Let's get them in. Roger, welcome to the winner's desk. Man, what a series, boys. That was emotional. You had all of our cortisol spiking, everybody watching and stuff. But either way, that was cinema. That was a fun series to watch. Paco, I'm gonna toss it to you, big bro. I could tell there may be some nerves coming in. You go 3 down back to back. How do you guys battle back to win that series in those last 2 games?
Well, first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Kier. He and I were texting, and he was just kind of like giving me just a little bit of advice. But no, honestly, I just told the guys we just kind of had to calm down. We were getting too antsy, especially on defense, and luckily we were able to just adjust and just be able to keep putting on that pressure. And yeah, we were just able to stay rock solid in some clutch plays from both of my teammates.
I think that's a perfect way to put it. I think you guys were able to come in when it mattered most. Both teams had chances. Last couple of games could have went literally either way. It was so close. But like I said, those whoever is able to come out on top in situations like that is what separates those teams from making LAN and the ones that don't. And you guys were the ones that came out on top tonight. So huge congratulations to you. Raptor, I'm going to toss it over to you, brother. I saw you, flex it in the cam, basically every single goal for your team.
Absolutely, I had to.
Talk about your role in this team. You're a little bit quiet, I'm going to say, to start off. On the pitch, obviously you looked like you were loud in the cams.
I was in their ears. There was no shutting me up.
Are you kind of the hype man on this team? It kind of looks like it.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. That's so a lot of these guys have a lot of experience playing together already. So I'm kind of the odd one out here. And half the time when we were playing, I kind of just let them do their own thing. So I've kind of delegated myself to moral support until it's time to, lock in, absolutely necessary, which happened a few times these last couple of games. A couple of times my pants were a different color after some of those saves.
I was gonna say that one save off the crossbar.
Yeah,
dude.
Oh,
You're like freaking had like 12 boosts in a dream, dude.
I don't know how you saved that. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't either. I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea.
But
no. I said that's in our net, and then it went out, and I said no, it isn't.
He screamed, "No, it's not!"
Yeah. No, I've just delegated myself to hype man, and then occasionally just clutch up when I absolutely have to. But I kind of let them do their own thing a lot of the time.
Hey, well, I love to hear it, and it worked out here tonight. Like I said, battling back. The mental game that you guys had to play in that series. Losing 3, series back to back, being able to come back. So kudos to you, and I think your mental is a big part of that, Raptor. So, shout out to you, Omega. You got any questions for these boys?
I guess just how did you guys rebound after giving up that goal? Like 3 seconds left, I believe it was game 6. You guys had the game on lock. You give up that goal to go to OT, and then you have the 5 minutes. We kind of went over it a little bit, but like, how did you guys kind of recover? Turn that one around.
Pretty much it's unlucky goal, unlucky timing, and then we know we're gonna win. We're the goats.
Okay.
It's gonna end up in their net at the end of the day. So
okay, fair. I love the confidence. It was like I said, that was a super fun series. But it is a little bit past my bedtime, so I'm not gonna hold you guys too long. But I do have
I got class in 8 hours.
Hell yeah. Omega, what'd you guys say?
I got class in 15 hours. Get wrecked.
Oh, got him.
I called you an unk. That's what I said.
We are one final thing we are getting. We are getting one final request. We are getting a Raptor hair reveal request.
I do have hair. It's really long, but I'll take off my head.
Really long? Are we sure?
Long. I need a haircut.
Well, you're balding apparently.
Are you balding, bro?
That does not look like he's balding.
He's not balding. I don't know where this is coming from.
What? We
Hair
have some
reveal
horrible information,
or bald.
bro.
He's
No
so
idea this
fake.
rumor came that I'm balding.
Wig
but I have
material.
long, luscious locks here.
Yeah,
Are we
those
sure
are-
that's not a
Lord,
wig
bro.
raptor?
Good lord. I'm balding more than he is. Good lord.
Whatever.
Anyways,
I'll
boys.
tell you one last place for the camera too for you guys. If you
No,
just have a music.
okay. anyways,
Crazy.
anyways, one final congratulations, boys. That was a fun series. You gave us some great content here on the Dcrl channel. So good luck. You got one more to go before you can punch your ticket to land. So good luck in that series, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
I'm 5'8", Kier, not 5'5".
all right.
Last time I checked, you were 5'2".
Oh.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Have a great night, boys.
Yeah, you guys
have
too.
A great
Peace.
night, everybody
you too.
watching stream.
Streaming well. Thank you, Omega, for casting. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was a good night here on the Dakota Collegiate Rocket League channel. It's sad. We're not going to get too many more of these nights like this, where we get some fantastic games, some fantastic series. Both of them were great, but tonight it was Roger coming out on top and progressing to one final series on the night. And we have some some jesters in the chat right now trying to make.
Yeah.
I again, just like I said last series, gotta give a shout out to Wada Esports. They played fantastic tonight, bringing it all the way to 7. Those 3 back-to-back wins. It looks like they were unstoppable, especially with those double taps. You saw one from who was that? King Tootsie, and then Buick hit one of his own as well. So either way, we got what we wanted here tonight. Some great content, and it was a blast, Omega. So thanks for casting with me.
Yeah, no problem. Always fun to hop on the desk, and nothing better than a playoff series going to Game 7. One of the crazier series I think I've casted in a while. So happy to be here with you for it.
Of course, it's always a lot of fun. I got to give a shout out to everybody who joined us tonight, specifically to K-Tool, who did live up to his what he said earlier, dropping 10 gifted if Roger won. Of course, this is something I didn't really talk about, but it's the fact that this was K-Tool. Roger is a part of K-Tool's club here in DCRL, and unfortunately, we had an unfortunate situation that we had to deal with earlier that made a team that we thought was going to make land no longer going to make land, and it was one of K-Tool's teams. So no matter what, K-Tool at least has one team making land. So shout out to K-Tool for drafting and proving some of the people wrong here with one of his teams making it, potentially making it, not making it yet.
I was gonna say it's not.
That's
not
my
made
bad.
it yet.
It's not yet.
Speaking a little too early here.
A little bit too early. We had a couple other subs before as well. I'm trying to think who exactly it was. I think I'm American dropped one. I don't have my my thing pulled up. Maybe Raptor.
Sounds right.
Raptor, I think he also got gifted. I'm so sorry if I did forget anybody here, but the support is always so appreciated. You guys know this would never be possible without all your guys' support. So thank you to everybody there. But yeah, I don't got much else to say, guys. So we're inching closer and closer to our season-ending LAN event with what is most likely our last one ever. So I think there's only a few series left before that moment. LAN will be May 3rd and 4th at UND. For those of you that are wondering, please come through. Please show up. Like I said, it's pretty much going to be our last one ever. So if you guys want to come for the last huzzah, that would be very cool. But yeah, that's going to end it off tonight. Well played to all the teams who came here tonight. And we will be back before you guys know it with some more Dakota Collegiate Rocket League.
Thank you.